You are now listening to the Teamheel podcast.
Describe what Marcellus Wallace looked like. What? Say what again? Say what again? I dare you. I double dare you, motherfucker. Say what one more goddamn time. What? He looked like a bitch.
It's still real to me, damn it!
All right. This is episode 81. Yes. 80 fucking 1, people. Yeah, 81. 80 plus 1 is 81. 82 minus 1 is 81. You kind of get the idea by now. We're like, 19 episodes in? Or more, if you will, so we get to 100. Again, this is episode 81 of the Teamheel podcast. We are here live, finally, on the Teamheel podcast YouTube channel. It is Friday, February 20th, 2015. It is approximately, right now as we speak, 11:38 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I believe it is 8:38 p.m. on the Pacific Coast. Chase, am I correct with that?
Yeah, you're correct on that.
And for those of you on the Midwest, I believe it's 10:39. You kind of get the idea where I'm going with this, all right? I am not that good, but fuck it, you get the idea. But thank you all for tuning in, whether it be here or if you're watching the playback or you're downloading this podcast, whether it be on iTunes, Stitcher. It'll be available also on ShoutEngine.com for downloadable purposes. I know sometimes, a lot of us, when we go on YouTube, we go on these smartphones, and a lot of these companies now, they have these data limits where you can only view the internet through a certain amount of data. So in case you don't want to be those people that go past your data plan, whatever it may be, you can download it, view it as an MP3, and there you go. I know I rambled on for a little bit more than what I was supposed to, but fuck it. It is what it is. It's Friday finally, right? Everybody got paid. The weekend's almost here. Yeah, as always, guys, as the title on the top of my head says, or below, if you will, I'm Heel Steven. And I'm joined here by another guy here. He is, I believe, wearing a Yukon Scully. Am I correct?
Yep, Yukon hat.
Yeah, he repping the Yukon. Not legit wrestling.
Yep, yeah. It's cold as fuck, but we're still doing the show.
Exactly. And we're joined here by another guy here, all the way from the West Coast. He's ready to cock-fist it up. Ready for Sunday. Cockfist, baby. Cockfist.
Cockfist.
Fuck the farm animal. Oh, yeah.
No more farm animals. No.
No more farm. Hashtag no more farm animals. The one and only Chase Oliver 68.
Let's hope for a fun show Sunday.
Yes.
All right, let's hope so. But, gentlemen, how have you guys been this week?
Tiresome. Busy week for me when it comes to school and also trying to find a second job on top of the first job I already have, so a very tiresome week.
I can imagine, again, it's one of those things now where times, you think about it, right? In the calendar year, the busiest times are always big season, right? That's what we've learned. That's always been the busiest time, and like after big season, it's kind of slow. So yeah, it's always good to find another job. I discovered that I hate pastry. I hate baking.
Baking?
Yeah. Baking, not bacon. I love bacon. Oh, don't get the game fucked up. I love bacon. I hate baking. I hate baking. I hate it with a fucking passion. So yeah, now I have some utmost respect for people. Now I understand, why people now, when they go to the grocery store, they buy already a made cake, or I understand now. I get it now. So the other day in school we made cookies, and I thought no big deal. I put all the ingredients. Here's my thing with pastry, right? Unlike cooking, when cooking, you can always change up a recipe. You can add your own ingredients if you want. When it comes to pastry and baking, you have to make sure every ingredient on that recipe is accurate with measurements and sugars and all of that. And don't get me wrong, that's what I did, but I put it in the sheet. I put it on the sheet tray. I put it in the oven, and out comes the world's largest pancake.
Did you get a record book for it? Did you get a record?
Oh,
Guinness Book of World Records?
No, I got a 2 out of 10 by Dave Meltzer, but
Oh, okay.
that's the best, I guess, of anything. But yeah, so guys, Fastlane is this Sunday.
It doesn't feel like it. It doesn't feel like there's like an
know.
event this Sunday.
I know. We're literally on, what's it called? The final stop until WrestleMania. It doesn't even feel like you said, I agree. It doesn't feel like it. It feels like, I don't be surprised if Fastlane ends up being like or it feels like a 3-hour Raw, which most likely it will be, right?
Yeah.
Because, but we'll see what happens with that. We're going to run through the card real quick. Let me just get this on here on Wikipedia. I know I must be prepared, but,
I remember the whole card just because I've been doing like a bunch of different prediction shows throughout the week, so I like have the card burnt into my head of what goes on. So
lucky.
the first thing we'll talk about is the pre-show.
Oh, by the way, if you watch the poster on Wikipedia, guess who's on the poster? Fastlane.
Cockfist.
Your boy Cockfist.
I know, dude. I know this. Of course I do. I'm going to have it hanging on my wall next to my Triple H Payback poster.
I'm sure he will be. He will be.
You don't see my posters because they're somewhere in the closet somewhere. I don't know. I bought my Triple H Payback poster just because like last semester I wanted something to hang out in my news area. So I was all like, oh, Triple H, that seems badass to me. He's in a suit holding a sledgehammer.
Exactly. It doesn't get any badass than that. Triple H and sledgehammers, right?
And in a suit, nonetheless.
And a suit.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a ripped suit, right? Like ripped up. And
No. It was just like the normal suit you see him wear every week when he's about to cut his promos, and then it's just like Triple H looking like a badass. So I liked it and I bought it.
That's what's up. I like that. I dig it.
Yeah.
Damn, I dig it. But anywho, yeah, let's go on with this now. Let's see the card, if you will. It's going to be live from the FedEx Forum in Memphis, Tennessee. Exclusively on the WWE Network. Still part of the free month. Get it? For the last 8 days now?
Yeah.
Left. Get Fastlane. Doesn't
For
get
free.
any better than that, For free, yeah, exactly, for free.
Get to watch Sting again for free. We haven't paid to see Sting yet. We've gotten Sting for free every single time he's been to WWE.
Exactly. Now, again, guys, just so you guys know as well, this Sunday at 11:30, we'll be reviewing Fastlane on my channel, youtube.com/HeelSteven, where there as well we'll take or even taking live calls tonight as well. So if you want to call in any moment throughout this podcast, just call in. The number's on the screen, 718-473-0813. We'll take your call. We'll shoot the shit with you and all of that fun stuff. So don't be afraid to call in. Don't be afraid, all right? Don't be shy. Don't feel like, oh, my God, if I call in, I have stage fright. No, don't be shy, people. Don't be shy, okay? But here's the card. I'm looking at it right now. This is what I feel be the first. To my understanding, the pre-show is going to be a Miz TV segment with Paul Heyman.
Who cares?
That shit.
I would say this. At a time like this, I would prefer Brock making an appearance. You would think so, right? Think about it.
That'd be pretty cool.
It should be, it should be that way. We know he's not, but if he does, maybe F5 the Miz or Mizdow, fuck, because again, who to say have him come out ringside for the main event or something like that, but some shit like that. But here's what I feel like being the first match on the main card: the Usos defending their tag titles against the Brass Ring Club. That's what I'm calling them.
Or the Swinging Cats. They said swinging. Yeah, they called themselves the Swinging Cats. Yeah.
The Swinging Cats.
Or the Masters of the WWE Universe, whatever they're called by. I call them Wet Dream. I call them Wet Dream.
What dream?
I call them the Brass Ring Club, but that's good as well. It's Tyson Kidd and Cesaro with Natalia, and I think overall this should be a good opener. I'm gonna go, in all honesty here, I'm gonna go with Kidd and Cesaro winning the championships here.
Really?
Let's be honest here.
Wow.
Let's be honest here. How many
Correct.
times
The
have we seen?
jobbers.
How many
Yeah,
times have
they're
we seen the
jobbers,
Usos?
man.
Come on, hold on to these belts already. Come on.
Well, because like I feel like they're building the Usos to take on the Ascension. Like, what? Why would you give the belts to the masters of the WWE Universe / Brass Ring Club / Swinging Cats / Wet Dream? I mean, I'd be cool with it because I like both of these guys. I like them, so I'd be cool with it. But I just don't see what the point is. Like, this, like you said, it's going to be a good match. It's going to be the usual tag team opener. Like, think of Usos versus Spot Fest. Think of Usos versus Wyatts and the crowds and how they were for that match. For those matches,
Yeah.
put that in that match, this match right here. But I see the Usos retaining like normal, and they're going to still be on top, and you know what I mean, and all that other stuff, and whatever the theme song goes for the Usos.
Okay. All right. Well, we got that. Now,
Walter didn't give his prediction.
I'll go with the
Walter?
Usos too.
you got the Usos. There you go. Okay, so we got two for the Usos, one for the Brass Ring Club. It is what it is. It is what it is, guys. Nothing wrong with that. Now we have this next. What I think will happen on the card? Maybe I'm wrong here. You know, we'd have Goldust versus Stardust.
Oh God.
Oh my.
I think in a way, here's my take on this. Okay, this is not going to be the only match they're going to have. Most likely at WrestleMania, let it be the closing match, not in the main event, but their final match. You know, and have right now Goldust get the win here.
I don't like Stardust. I like Cody Rhodes, but I don't like Stardust. I don't think the gimmick works in today's wrestling. It just feels like Goldust trying too hard to be an interesting character. You know, like that's what it feels like to me, the Stardust character.
You know what it reminds me of?
What?
We go back to 1998, when Goldust was the artist formerly known as Goldust,
Yeah.
and he came out like this silver dude with blue hair. That's what he kind of reminds me of, almost, to an extent. But that's just me, of course. But if anything here, I'm going to go with Goldust getting the win. And then, obviously, they're going to build it up to WrestleMania, where Dusty Rhodes will get involved.
Yeah, I see Stardust winning here. Hopefully he shows signs of Cody Rhodes. I really hope WWE doesn't want to go all the way with the Stardust character. I don't see the appeal in it. If you guys like him coming out doing this stupid little like shaking his ass thing and him marching down the ring like a goof, that's you. But I like Cody Rhodes how he was normally. Like I miss that Cody Rhodes. I like him. So, you know, like I said, I don't think the Stardust character works in today's professional wrestling. Like maybe if this was 1990s, yeah, it could work. But in today's WWE, I just feel because of the PG product and how disinterested WWE gets with superstars. Like Stardust seems like after this Goldust feud, they'll push it for a month, and then they'll be like, yeah, go back to like freaking feuding in these battle royals that we have every other pay-per-view. So, yeah, so Stardust for me is going to win, and hopefully show signs of Cody in the win. Like he does the Crossroads and the Beautiful Disaster. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, they gotta make the young guy go over. So
Not legit.
Stardust. Yep. I'll go with Stardust too.
All right, so we got 2-1.
I don't see them. Why would they give Goldust the win?
Because I think, again, they'll have their final match at WrestleMania where, again, Dusty Rhodes will get involved. We have a comment here, by the way, from American a la carte. Sledgehammer, ? I think Chase meant to say shovel, LOL, kid, kinda.
And Sledgehammer is a shovel. It's a special weapon that only Triple H has.
Exactly. The golden shovel, which I'm guarantee you the farm animal will learn about.
Yes, exactly. You will learn about that shit.
Exactly. The next match here, who I think, again, I'm not saying they're going to go in this order, but, again, you never know, right? Dolph Ziggler, Eric Rowan, and Ryback versus the Authority.
Who?
Yeah, this match has been just added, yeah.
No, who? Who'd you just say? Dolph Ziggler, and you said some name that I don't even know about.
The
Ryback.
Garbage Man. The
Garbage
Man,
Man.
Ryback.
Okay.
Versus the Authority, Seth Rollins,
Garbage
King,
Man.
Big Show.
Gotcha. I heard you say a name, and I was just like, who is this superstar? He sounds nothing interesting at all. But then you said Garbage Man, and I was reminded.
Garbage, man.
I honestly don't give a fuck about this match. If Randy Orton's not running in to cost the bad guys to win, I don't care. I'm just being honest here. You know, the bad guys can win, cool, whatever. Seth Rollins is not punished for having a tiny penis. And if, you know, freaking the good guys win, yeah, cool, who cares? Ziggler gets another meaningless pay-per-view win. So, who cares? That's my prediction.
Okay, I agree with you too on that. Another who cares for me. Again, to me, this is what I feel like. They found out that, hey, we have nothing going on for Seth Rollins, our Money in the Bank winner, who we're gonna have most likely cash in real soon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let's have him do something. Let's put him in this meaningless match that, you know, again, that might not go anywhere almost, but you kind of get the idea, right?
Yep, no, we totally get the idea. I mean, the only good thing about the bad guys winning is that Kane will finally win a pay-per-view match after not winning a pay-per-view match for 2 years and 2 months now. So.
Oh fuck, that's crazy.
Yeah, no, Kane has not won a pay-per-view match since WrestleMania 29. Can you believe that?
Holy shit, that's crazy. Stardust. American Alcohol writes another comment. Stardust feels like a Riddler or Willow wannabe. The beginning. That being said, I think Stardust has potential as a heel only due to Cody Rhodes' talent.
Keyword, Cody Rhodes' talent, which means Cody Rhodes should be the heel, and Cody Rhodes should be the character on TV, not Stardust.
Okay. After this, we have Bad News Barrett versus Dean.
Why are you forgetting that Walter exists?
Oh, shit. I forget.
You're forgetting that your own cousin exists.
Sorry, cousin. Cousin of mine.
What was it? See, I already. Oh, that's a filler freaking match. I mean, yeah, they'll probably make the heels win. Honestly.
Okay, so we have two I don't cares from me and Chase, and Walter saying the Authority. Okay. Then we have the Intercontinental Championship match. Bad News Barrett versus Dean Ambrose. I'll say this. You know, hey, if you really want to make up for Dean Ambrose, have him win here.
That's not gonna happen.
Yeah, Dean Ambrose winning, that's a joke. They would never do that. That would make too much sense.
I know, but still, I mean, hey.
I would like him to win, don't get me wrong. I would love it.
Exactly. That, or, because again, who's to say that, hey, they can have Wade Barrett win the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal?
Because all the winners are successful when they win that match.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
To me, personally, I don't care about this feud. It's a stupid feud for Dean Ambrose. He should be doing a so much more interesting feud. I mean, this guy went from wanting to kill his best friend to stopping a Psycho and Bray Wyatt to now, like, oh, I want my picture on a wall. Like, this character is just so lifeless right now, and it sucks because I actually like this character. Unlike when Bray Wyatt was lifeless and I didn't like him whatsoever, I still like Dean Ambrose because he at least is trying to get me to be interested in him still, which I totally appreciate from Dean Ambrose's behalf. But this whole feud, this whole concept of why Dean Ambrose is going for the IC title, it's just dumb to me. And honestly, this match could be good. I think Barrett's going to retain, and it's going to be in a way where it makes Dean Ambrose look like an idiot, because Dean Ambrose can't lose a pay-per-view match unless he looks like a dumbass, like he's looking at a hologram or a TV exposed in his face. So I think like Dean Ambrose is going to grab some water during the match, and he's going to like take a sip of it because he's like thirsty and he's doing something crazy. But then it turns out he chokes on the water because he's laughing too much, and then he runs into a bull hammer. So that's how it's going to happen.
All right. Now
Yeah,
wrestling.
I'm going with Bad News Barrett. I think they'll have a rematch probably at Mania. I don't know.
Yeah, Bad News Barrett and Dean Ambrose is like the perfect WrestleMania opener if you're going to have one.
Yeah, they'll probably have. Yeah.
There you go. All right, and the next match we have. So we have me, Dean Ambrose. You having Barrett, right? Right, Chase?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Barrett.
And Walter,
I like Ambrose to win, but my prediction is Barrett.
And Walter having Barrett as well.
Yeah.
There you go. So again, it's 2-1 here. It is what it is here, again. Next match we have here is pretty much, let me see here, Nikki Bella versus Paige for the Divas Championship. I wouldn't be surprised if Nikki Bella retained. I'm going Nikki Bella here.
I'm going with the nutter. I don't give a fuck. Paige wins.
Okay, so we had.
If Paige wins, she's just going to do the same shit that Nikki Bella's doing, except with someone else. If Nikki Bella wins, she's going to be doing the same shit she did with Paige, but with someone else that's not Paige. So it's just like, these feuds are not interesting. Will this match be good? Probably. I mean, if they give them like 8 minutes, yeah, they could put on a good match, but I don't care. Like, the feud is not interesting. Like, it's like lame Bella feud. Like, oh, she's pale. Oh, we took her clothes. Ha ha. It's like stupid, dumb. Like, come on.
Yeah, I don't know who to go with, man. I'll go with Nikki Bella. Fuck it.
Okay. There you go. We have two Nikki Bellas and one I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And two I don't. There you go. You know, drop us your comments, guys. Who do you feel will win? Who do you feel, each match, if you will? Got 2 comments here. Cody should go back to being Dash from Killer Road Demon 669.
Yes.
American a la carte writes here. Eric Duke the Dumpster Rowan. LOL.
No, he's just garbage, man. And there's no such name as Eric Rowan in WWE. That's just ridiculous. It's garbage, man.
Duke the Dumpster Rowan. The garbage.
Duke the Dumpster had more talent than Garbage Man. Don't compare Duke the Dumpster to that piece of shit.
Okay, alrighty then. We're getting down here to the 2 final matches. Now, this is what I think.
Hey, are we going to talk about Triple H and Sting at all? Like what they're going to do or not?
Okay. I mean, I'm going to get over to the matches first, then we get to the
segment. I just want to know. I don't know. I just want to know.
Don't worry. What I think will be the co-main event, okay? Roman Reigns versus Daniel Bryan. The winner faces Brock Lesnar. And here's why I say that. Because we all know that John Cena main events every pay-per-view, right? Exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to... Okay, so we have... Okay, I'm just kidding. Okay, Rusev versus John Cena for the U.S. title. The co-main event. Okay?
Yeah.
And Chase is doing the dance here, the John Cena pose. Okay, Aisha Abbas writes, the Divas match is where I take my time to cook. So good food. This feud is lame. Now, coming from a female viewer, by the way, Dean Ambrose is God. Okay?
I love that comment.
Aisha is God. Okay. Hopefully he wins, though. Hopefully he wins. I'm the one who said that Dean Ambrose should win. Okay? We got ladies. We got some women viewing the show.
Okay, Walter and I said Dean Ambrose should win, but we're predicting Bad News Barrett's going to win. There's a difference there. You're predicting Dean Ambrose to win. We're predicting Bad News Barrett to win.
Okay. Okay, Rusev and Cena for the U.S. Championship. Holy crap, who would have thought I'd ever say that?
Sounds awesome.
If WWE has any sense in them, they would have Rusev retain here. Matter of fact, it doesn't have to be a pinfall one. It could be a DQ or no contest, because for a fact they're going to have this go into WrestleMania, where obviously Cena will pin Rusev for making him submit, and you know where that's going to go, right? Have the choir come out, play the choir music for the WrestleMania entrance.
Your time is up, Rusev. My time is now.
Word. But yeah,
you're gonna go with Rusev?
I'm gonna go with Rusev via disqualification, or if not, by no contest. A no contest, either that, or they won't have nobody win here, or if not, have Rusev lose by disqualification.
All right. I'm going with John Cena to win the United States Championship.
Oh, wow.
I'm being dead serious when I say that. Mainly because I feel like the WWE will give John Cena the belt, and I honestly want to see the people's reaction of John Cena winning, because it's hilarious. This is like the most hilarious thing ever.
We got a live caller.
All right, so let the live caller talk, and then I'll explain why it's hilarious Cena winning the U.S. title.
It'd be awesome.
Yeah, I would love it. It'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, caller 646. What's your name and where you're from? You're on the Teamheel podcast.
Hey, this is Aisha. I was the one that made that comment.
Hey, what's up, Aisha? How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you guys?
We're just here, just coming here, just simply shooting the shit, giving our thoughts on Fastlane coming up this Sunday. And I agree with you. I could also be, cooking some food during the Divas match as well. You know.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
give a
that-
shit about the deals. Ugh.
And mind you, I am a culinary student, so I mean, exactly.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna cook some fried chicken, you know, because that's like what I mostly cook, you know. I don't know.
It's all good. So, what's your thoughts on Fastlane coming up? What's your predictions, if you will?
For Fastlane, I'm not a little bit excited for the pay-per-view, except for like for Roman Reigns and Daniel Bryan. I can give a fuck about the other matches, except for probably the title match will be good. Dean Ambrose versus Bad News Barry will be good. Let's see. I don't care about John Cena versus Rusev because we all know John Cena's gonna bury him.
Yes, and it's going to be wonderful. See, this is why, Steven, this is why I want John Cena to win the U.S. title. Because for whatever reason now, and like it's a 50-50 split, people actually want Cena to win the U.S. title because they wanted to bring back a spinner belt when they hated it in the first place. And also people are going to be pissed off if Rusev gets buried. It's just the funniest thing to me. And Cena winning the U.S. belt, for whatever reason, people think, oh, this will bring prestige back to the title. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? So this is why I am excited. I am excited for Cena to win the U.S. title just because it will cause all these random debates. Like, I'm telling you, if Cena wins the title in my Fastlane review on my channel, when I get to that portion of the video, I'm just going to laugh my ass off. I'm just going to laugh and be like, this is hilarious. Cena, the champ, the GOAT, the greatest of all time.
I mean, if you think about on a positive side as well, at least he's not winning the WWE Championship now.
Yeah, dude.
Not for
back
now,
to the
at least.
mid-card. Back
He's
to the
a
mid
mid-card champion. Who would have thought, right? John Cena, the mid-card champion, after how many years of not holding the U.S. Championship?
Since like 2005. Hey, it'll be 10 years exactly. Because he lost the title in February to Orlando Jordan. Oh.
Oh my god.
Okay, American All-Stars in the comment. The Divas division is straight trash. Watch Stardom PPV instead. Kaguma versus Losha. I knew you'd say for high-speed title act or act Yakuza. I have it sounds like a sushi menu, but I'm gonna digress on that. I'm gonna really digress on that. But yeah, Fastlane. I can't wait to an extent. I could think about it as well. The final stop until WrestleMania, and God, it feels so rushed though.
Yeah.
It feels so
they
rushed though.
don't care about the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Indeed.
It's the build-up pay-per-view to Mania. That's what it is.
It's like only one match I only care about, and that's only Triple H versus Sting, you know. Yeah, Triple H is my guy. Jake, you have a fan here too.
Yeah, Triple H, dude. I don't know why people hate on. People hate on Triple H.
I don't think it's a match though. I think if anything, fuck it, we'll talk about it now. Sting and Triple H. I think if anything, it's Triple H calling out Sting to come out to the ring to issue a challenge. We're gonna actually hear Sting talk. All right. One thing is us marking out for seeing Sting come out at Survivor Series, right?
Mm-hmm.
Another thing is gonna be hearing Sting actually talk, say something on the mic. I think people are gonna mark out for that as well. I guarantee you there'll be a holy shit moment. There'll be, you kind of get the idea.
Yeah, I think this promo is gonna be like, I'll say this: the Triple H and Sting feud. I could give two shits that Triple H is gonna face Sting because I feel if you're gonna have Sting and Undertaker on the roster together, they should be facing off, especially around Mania. I don't know, Triple H and Sting. That screams like a Royal Rumble or a SummerSlam to me. Not really WrestleMania, but like if you're gonna have it at Mania, okay, whatever, it's fine. But I just feel this is gonna be like the usual Triple H, story. Triple H gets what he wants type of deal. But like for me personally, Sting and Triple H has been the best written feud that they've had on television. They've done a great job writing for it. And for anyone who's missed out on Sting in WCW, this is kind of like a light version of what Sting did as the Crow. Not a full 100% exact representation, but a very, very light representation where you kind of get the idea this is why Sting was a cool character back in the day. But I just don't like all the Triple H promos we've been getting because it's just like convoluted Triple H promos. Like he comes out there to ask Sting to accept the challenge that Sting already accepted, to accept the challenge again at Fastlane for a challenge he's going to put out. It's like, oh my God, Triple H, is this WrestleMania 29 where you came out of retirement to wrestle Brock Lesnar in a retirement match? Like, God damn, why do you have to make everything so convoluted? But I think this will be the moment where Triple H finally gets his, because you've got to get Triple H to freaking be getting his at the end of the day. He's God in the WWE. He's one of the best in the WWE. You have to have him get his at the end of the day. So you have it with Triple H pedigree Sting here tonight. I mean, you're trying to show Sting on the network for free. You got to show that Sting has some weaknesses. You can't have it where Sting is always one up. You have to make where Sting, the invulnerable guy he's being portrayed as now, looks vulnerable.
And you think about it too. Sting only signed for 6 appearances with WWE. So you know, you think
they're
about
like 6 appearances a year, right? I heard.
I think so.
I heard it's like a 2-year. I heard it's a 2-year deal with 6 appearances each year.
So okay, so he used Survivor Series. He used that Raw. This will be his 3rd appearance.
3rd appearance, yeah.
Technically, people are gonna say, "Oh, what about that Monday where he tricked people?" No,
that's not him.
3rd appearance. Yeah, but you know how these fans are. Oh, no, that's not right. That's not right. He made that return on Raw where he put I accept. No, fuckers, no.
Like Sting actually in the building. Like he actually had to travel, get out of his couch, and go outside for once.
Exactly. That's what I see happening. Him calling him out, issuing the challenge for WrestleMania, and after that, off to the races we go. Yeah,
you know what I also say, like, I wouldn't be surprised at WrestleMania, like, well, I think Triple H might put him over, and I wouldn't be surprised if, like, Undertaker come out and they do, like, a face-off with some and set it up for next year, but that's least likely to happen. But
I mean, you never know. I mean, we live in a society now where pro wrestling, anything can happen.
Yeah.
Right? We've learned that for a while now.
For fuck's sakes, farm animals are invading the main event scene, so anything can happen in wrestling.
Exactly. When in doubt, all hail Cockfist.
Cockfist.
All hail the Cockfist.
And yes, by the way, Baron Corbin is just like Cockfist.
No, how dare you? How dare you compare? How dare you compare that trash piece of shit to Cockfist? No, this dude botches.
No, like, but Roman Reigns is a lot better.
There we go.
Like,
Don't compare.
There we go.
Don't compare the deer in the headlights to Cockfist.
So, like, Baron Corbin wished to be Roman Reigns.
Yeah, exactly. He wishes he could actually be talented.
I mean, I'll be honest. When he debuted in NXT, I thought, okay, this is somebody I guess they're gonna push. They're gonna really push because he has the look and he had the.
What look? He just has a bunch of stupid tattoos.
The size, no, like the look, like the size. What I mean is size. That's what I meant.
Oh, his size.
And you think about it, all his matches were like under a minute. He drew at the end of days, and that's it. And then they had him have a match with Adrian Neville, and holes were exposed in his game, just like Goldberg years ago when he wrestled William Regal in WCW.
No, that wasn't cool.
You can't compare Goldberg to Baron Corbin. Though. Goldberg looked like a beast. Baron Corbin looks like a baby. Baron Corbin looks like a baby. Chase,
Alucard sent you a comment here in the comment there for Chase. All the women here are better than any women wrestler in NXT or WWE. And a Daily Motion link to the Stardom pay-per-view, I'm assuming, for that Japanese fed in Japan.
I'll watch it. Like when I'm really, really bored or drunk.
I'll watch it when I'm high, but again, I don't know.
No offense to other outside wrestling, but if I don't know your storylines, it's hard for me to really get into it. Just the point.
Again, everyone has their style. Everyone has their preference. You know what I mean?
Yeah, everyone has their preference.
And, you can't force your preference on somebody. Yeah,
exactly.
It doesn't work that way. If there's something you don't like, you can't expect someone to make you like it by force.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
I have to naturally get into it. Let's say for example, like New Japan. Like I naturally got into New Japan by me just liking a certain storyline they were doing back then, or Ring of Honor back in the old days. Like I don't like Ring of Honor now because they don't do storylines. There's no such thing as storylines in Ring of Honor today. Name me one storyline, please. Try.
Lucha Underground is starting to be really good.
Oh God! Don't get No.
Here's my take with Lucha.
That's soap opera. That soap opera stuff.
From what I've seen, they haven't been around for a year yet, and they already have an identity.
Yeah, they're a soap opera. That's their identity.
Yeah.
It's more like
it's a soap opera.
Like,
let's just call it how we see
it. No. It's like if General Hospital and Days of Our Lives were were rubbed with adobo and cilantro sauce, pretty much.
It's a
with merengue, with bachata, pretty much. You know what I'm saying?
Walter just sums it up. It's a Spanish soap opera.
Novella, that's what it is.
It's like if you tossed pro wrestling with sriracha sauce and salsa sauce, pretty much. Don't get me wrong. I'm not taking a jab at it. I watch it. You know, I think Cage is being booked to be a proper monster. You know, him tearing the belt, like, yo, that's how you book a monster, pretty much.
Yeah, see, like Steven and our caller right now, they like Lucha Underground. That's cool with them. They can like it. I personally don't like Lucha Underground. It's just too fake for me. Like, you know, it solidifies, like, the embarrassing part of being a wrestling fan where people go, you know that shit's fake, right? And then Lucha Underground, even the moves they do, it's just kind of like, God damn, dude. This feels like I'm watching like a Nickelodeon special when they have the wrestlers. Like, you know when Nickelodeon used to have like the guest wrestlers and stuff and they would wrestle a match and they would just do the airplane spin and the fake audience would be like, woo! And all that stuff. That's what Lucha Underground is like for me. I mean, they can do some cool moves, like Johnny Mundo is doing good stuff, or Ricochet, aka Prince Puma. Like, they do good stuff in their matches. It's just like their matches just feel so scripted to the point where it's just like, oh god. That's just me.
Yeah, and their production quality is like really soap opera. It's like.
Because you gotta remember though, pro wrestling. To quote Jim Cornette, pro wrestling is entertainment on a low budget. That's what it's always been, you know, for years. You know,
sure.
now if you happen to have the money, like a WWE budget, to put in lighting and pyrotechnics and all that, hey, if you got the money, flaunt it, you know.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So yeah, I got a question for you guys. Since Samoa Joe left TNA, do you think he'll come to WWE?
Well, here's my take on it, and I did a video on it on my channel, but I'll say it again. It kind of sucks though, because it does leave TNA in a tough spot. You know, Samoa Joe leaving. Now, you gotta remember too, he's been in TNA for 10 years.
Yeah,
that's a lot.
I feel like. Yeah, but I feel like he's been underutilized there.
Oh, hell yeah.
He could have done so much better there.
Yeah, he has. If you think about it,
he's only been a one-time TNA World Champion. Like, that's the one thing that when you look at Samoa Joe's career, you forget that he only held that world title once. You feel like, oh yeah, this guy must have held like a bunch of world titles, but like he's only held that title once. It's ridiculous.
Exactly. I agree with that too. I mean, when you look at Samoa Joe's run in TNA, when he came in 2005, he was a Samoan submission machine. He was a killer. He was a killer.
They literally copy and pasted what Ring of Honor did and did it really, really good too. Like, oh my god.
Exactly. They literally Ring of Honor with Samoa Joe in 2005. Until they fed him to Kurt Angle and to quote AJ Styles on that, to quote Styles on Jericho's podcast, perception to reality. You know, they should have not have Angle beat Joe, in my opinion. But when you look at Samoa Joe, yes, his early years in TNA, fantastic. Somewhere along the way, they tried to repackage him and give him this whole nation of violence and give him a paint job. Now, mind you, to my understanding as well, he chose that. He made that choice to do all this, which is fine as well, but it didn't really work because he should have let Joe be Joe, you know? And also, he decided to not be used that much because he wanted to spend time with his family. Now, again, who's to say that he's going to take the Matt Morgan route and be a full-time father now for a while and maybe make a return real soon? Because, again, it's not like he's burnt a bridge with TNA. He left on good terms, you know?
Yeah.
He did. Now, people are saying, you know, WWE NXT, which I don't mind seeing either, but I think, in all honesty, he should have made that jump to WWE
years ago.
In 2008, 2009. That's where he should have gone.
like
you know?
36.
But do you really think he'll do you think WWE will take him?
Yes.
I mean, Triple H,
Yeah.
Triple H is a fan of his. Triple H is a fan of his.
Triple H is a huge fan. Stone Cold's a huge fan. John Cena trained with Samoa Joe, and Samoa Joe was invited to John Cena's wedding. So obviously, you have to be like. I don't think Cena and Joe's friendship is like super tight as it was, but obviously they're tight enough to the point where you're invited to that dude's wedding. So Samoa Joe, to me, I feel like even though he's not really in the best shape in his career, he still provides some value to the point where WWE would take him, because he's kind of like, if you're looking at like the best wrestlers to never step into WWE ring, Samoa Joe is one of them. It's like Samoa Joe, AJ Styles, and Chris Daniels. And I'm not talking about a velocity match, people. I'm talking about a full-time like WWE run. Samoa Joe is one of those people where it's like he's never had a full run at the WWE. And if he did, it would be phenomenal. So to me, I feel like there's still time. Like, I feel like if you do bring him in, he's like solely just going to be a dude on NXT type of deal. Like, I don't think there's any room for him on the main roster unless like you do keep Rusev like on this undefeated streak and you bring in Samoa Joe to kind of face Rusev. That's the only way I could see it working with him on the main roster, because otherwise he's just another monster for our hero John Cena to beat.
Oh, yes.
Exactly.
We need that.
Now, for those of you out there going to say, oh, they're going to make him a new, if he does go to WWE. Again, never say never. I mean, if he does go, great. Because again, every wrestler's dream is to, go to WWE. Let's face it here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like every kid who plays basketball in high school, their dream is to play for the NBA.
Yeah, they don't dream about playing in Europe or the D-League. They dream about playing in the NBA.
Exactly. Or any kid playing baseball in high school, middle school, they dream of, pitching in the World Series. In the
Dude,
MLB.
no, I'm pretty sure I dream about staying in the minors my whole career.
But you get the idea. Come on.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm just adding the jokes in so people can know.
It's like if you're,
no
it's
one
like if you're
thinks
an
like a
MMA
loser.
It's like if you're an MMA fighter, you're dreaming to fight in the UFC. Well, except if you're Ben Askren,
Ben Askren. That's a whole other story, too.
Exactly. But if he does go, great. More power to him. Now, I think the proper fit for him as well could be in New Japan. Most likely, you know what? Yeah, if he does go, put him in the Bullet Club. That's like their big stereotype now. Every American guy goes to the Bullet Club, right?
No, Joe should be the dude that says like is neutral. He doesn't give a fuck. Just like in Ring of Honor.
You know what? Ring of Honor. Go back to Ring of Honor, because again, you think about it too right now. Ring of Honor is lacking star power. They're lacking it right now.
I mean, you have to bring Al
Aren't they having
Patron.
financial issues too?
Yeah,
They are,
that's
but
great.
I mean, again, it's great, yeah. But I mean, I don't think it's that serious. If you get what I'm saying. Yeah, they're in trouble, but I'm sure they'll get it together. You know what I mean? But if anything about it too, Ring of Honor is also lacking star power. Steen left. I guarantee you by the end of this year, Adam Cole is leaving as well.
Oh,
Michael Bennett wants to be out of here. What?
That's it, baby, like Adam Cole does.
Adam Cole, baby. Yeah, he's gonna. You look at him, you can just tell he's WWE bound. All right.
Yeah,
If he
and then
doesn't sound
Kyle
WWE
O'Reilly's gonna be WWE bound.
Okay, another comment here from Alucard. Joe has not been underutilized? Question mark. He was a Grand Slam champion. Granted, being a one-time champion isn't anything to sneeze at.
No, stop.
But having another title run wouldn't have hurt. He did more in TNA than most people. Just recently, he was a very dominant Activision champ for months. Underutilized. Sanada is underutilized. He wasn't.
He was underutilized. Like he was like TNA like. Their biggest pay-per-view buy rate, which I don't think a lot of TNA fans know, is a lockdown where Joe finally won the title. And TNA didn't think, oh, we should keep this guy on top or at least do stuff with him. Instead, like they have it where he's getting kidnapped by dudes in a mask and he's bringing out a machete on Bart Scott, a fucking former linebacker of the New York Jets. Like you're having Samoa Joe do all this stupid stuff, like sucking in the mid-card, feuding with Devon fucking Dudley. Like, please do not say Samoa Joe was not underutilized. I get it, Alucard. You like TNA a lot. I get it. You probably like Samoa Joe's run in TNA. I like Samoa Joe's run in TNA from 2005 to 2008. But after that main event Mafia bullshit, and he aligned himself with Taz and all that other junk, you cannot fucking tell me he wasn't underutilized. You cannot fucking tell me this guy could have deserved a lot more than he did. Yeah, he's a Grand Slam champion. Guess who else is a Grand Slam champion? Eric fucking Young. Eric Young is a Grand Slam champion in TNA. How much of a big deal is being a Grand Slam champion if we're considering Eric Young? So I'm just saying, man, he was underutilized to his full potential of being a big-time star for them. Instead, they would rather push Kurt Angle to get like a 15th world title. They would rather push Sting, Jeff Jarrett, Hulk Hogan, and all these other idiots over Samoa Joe. So he was underutilized. I highly disagree with you there.
He
And
definitely
that's that.
was, man.
And that's that, you know? But we'll see what happens with Joe. We'll see what happens along the way. Because, again, who is to say, right? After all this that we're saying, you know, him going to NXT, WWE, New Japan, Ring of Honor, he ends up going back to TNA.
He'll just retire.
Or maybe, you know what, he'll pull an AJ Styles, you know, work the indies and make money.
Yeah, just steal all these money from these indie people.
Because, again, he's another guy that I think, along with AJ Styles, could make some good money on the indies right now. He could.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. Probably more than TNA.
I mean, look at AJ Styles right now. But then again, that's AJ Styles.
Well, that's AJ Styles.
You know, I'm not going to compare AJ now to Samoa Joe. No. You know?
AJ Styles doesn't get gas in his matches. He doesn't need Tigre Uno to carry him in matches. I remember that Samoa Joe, Homicide, and Tigre Uno match. I swear to God, Homicide and Samoa Joe were blowing wind, and Tigre Uno was like carrying that whole match. I feel bad for him.
Yeah, Tigre Uno's just enhancement talent.
Exactly. I mean, poor Tigre Uno, right? Why is he not even in the UK tour? Not even on the UK. Where's Tigre Uno?
Fucking free Tigre Uno, damn it! I like Tigre Uno. That's why I'm pushing for him. I hope Tigre Uno does well. I'll watch more TNA if Tigre Uno's like X Division champion.
They don't need Tigre Uno, even though they should use.
You be quiet, Walter. You be quiet.
They got it. We all need like a Sin Cara.
We all need more Tigre Uno in our lives.
And Cockfist.
And Cockfist.
Could be like the Sin Cara to WWE.
How dare you compare them? How dare you compare Tigre Uno to Sin Cara? Tigre Uno is so much cooler.
Exactly.
Tigre Uno.
Anyway, Aisha, we're gonna let you go. We're gonna let you go now. But before you go, though, do you wanna promote your Twitter, your YouTube, if you have one? You know, the floor is yours right now.
I guess I'll promote my Twitter. At WWE Girl 28, and I guess my Instagram is at Aisha Bass.
All right, then. Thank you for calling in. All right, we appreciate it.
No problem, guys. Thank you.
Have a good night.
Later.
Bye.
And that's Aisha, guys. Make sure you follow her on Instagram and on Twitter. You know, but that's that. But where were we?
We were talking about Triple H, this thing, and we got done with that, and then we finished with talking about Samoa Joe. So we got that topic covered. So now we're talking about Cockfist decimating the farm animal.
Exactly. Now, I mean, we all know what's going to happen here, guys. Let's not kid ourselves.
Sheamus is going to return. Sheamus is going to return, kick Daniel Bryan in the face, and then Cockfist is going to take the win, and everyone's going to be upset, and I'm going to be laughing my ass off. It's going to be hilarious.
Oh, yeah. I can see it now.
Sheamus, Daniel Bryan, 3.
Oh, yeah.
Yes! Yes!
What the world's been waiting for.
Not Mayweather Pacquiao. It's this fucking fight.
Yeah, man. Fuck Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather. You thought that was the biggest fight of the year? You thought that was the biggest fight of the year? No, it's Sheamus and Daniel Bryan.
Speaking of Pacquiao Mayweather, Showtime has really gone out of their way already. This is when the news broke out to make these video packages for Floyd Mayweather Jr. You know, again, speaking Showtime, because most likely, the fight
24/7, all access.
Oh, is the fight going to be on both HBO and Showtime, or only Showtime?
It has to be only Showtime because Floyd has a bigger contract with Showtime. that Pacquiao does have with HBO.
I mean, we'll see. But again,
Yeah.
that's going to be a big fight. It's going to be a shame that Mauro Ranallo and Paulie Malignaggi are going to be calling this fucking fight.
Oh, God.
Fuck.
Just mute the thing.
Can we get fucking Jim Lampley?
Yeah, seriously. But
Max Kellerman?
Yeah.
Mexico.
But back to the real task at hand. Cockfist versus Farm Animal. In a perfect world, this match wouldn't have happened. We wouldn't have to worry about the main event of WrestleMania. But because Randy Orton should have won the 2015 Royal Rumble. Let's just be real here, people. Let's just be real. Cockfist going in to face Brock Lesnar is stupid. A Farm Animal facing freaking Brock Lesnar is stupid. Now a Viper facing Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, that's not stupid. A Viper who is hot, extremely hot, over with the crowd, even more over than Daniel Bryan was with the Yes Chants. Yes, I'm saying it, you people. These RKO out of nowhere vines has made Randy Orton famous. People love Randy Orton. People want to see this man succeed now.
Out of nowhere.
People who have hated Randy Orton for months now are now on the Randy Orton bandwagon and saying, you know what? Randy Orton should be the guy of the company. So you know what? It's ridiculous that this match is happening. I like Cockfist. You guys know I don't like the Farm Animal. But I don't feel Cockfist is a guy to face Brock Lesnar. Neither do I feel like the Farm Animal is. I think Randy Orton is the guy that should be facing Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. That's just my opinion. And don't believe these rumors of Randy Orton being out of shape. Those are all false lies and accusations. That's not true. Randy Orton is in perfect, beautiful shape, as he always is. To me personally, I can understand both sides of the argument of why the Farm Animal should win, and I understand why people want Cockfist to win. I want Cockfist to win mainly because I just feel like, hey, we bitch about new stars. Here's a new star. Whether you like him or not, at least they're trying to build a new star. I understand where people saying, Daniel Bryan, he can freaking, main event another WrestleMania. Austin and Hogan did it, which I can understand. I can understand all arguments of this. I can truly understand, but I feel like the real guy that should be main eventing WrestleMania is Randy Orton. And I feel like the only guy to walk out of WrestleMania as champion is not Brock Lesnar or Randy Orton, but Seth Rollins. So to me personally, this main event match, it will be a really great match. I think it's going to be the match of the night. It's going to have a lot of people either pissed off or happy, or who knows how these people feel if Cockfist destroys Daniel Bryan or whatever. But I think Cockfist will win. Cock the fist. And we will get Brock Lesnar versus him at the WrestleMania 31 event.
Okay, we got some comments here from Sean Barber. Please give me a shout out, Sean Barber. I have 5 subscribers and I have barely any views. Well, there you go. I just gave you your shout out.
Hey, Sean, if you want to show off your knowledge and get your views up more, maybe you should call in at 718-473-0813.
Well, speaking of a Sean, we have a comment here from another Sean. The Big Sean, not Big Sean the rapper. No.
Sean's view.
Big Sean?
Yep. Expect a call very soon. Well, Sean, why not?
Sean's View Entertainment's gonna call? Sweet.
Hey, he calls. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. We have a comment here from Arkham Viper-esque. I apologize if I botched your channel. I apologize. Orton versus Lesnar sounds great.
Thank you. No, I'm just saying, guys. Who do you think deserves to face Lesnar more at Mania? Like, we all say Cockfist isn't ready, and a lot of people don't like, a lot of people like Daniel Bryan versus Lesnar in theory, but even some of us are kind of like, that match, it's okay. We always talk about the most over guy should be main eventing Mania. Orton's the most over guy. He's the most over guy right now.
They want him back.
Yeah. People want to see this dude back, which is weird. Like, normally people are like, fuck Randy Orton. No one wants to see this cunt.
It's crazy. Apparently, he has been written off all these live events.
It's a work.
It's a work, dude.
Rollins. Raymond Rollins Mania. I'm calling it now.
Yeah, because they're not going to waste... Okay, I'm sorry. Like, Seth Rollins and Dolph Ziggler, if that's, like, the best idea you're thinking of for Seth Rollins at WrestleMania, then don't have this guy be Money in the Bank anymore. Just have Seth Rollins on Raw one day and you say, you know what? Carrying this briefcase sucks. I don't want it anymore. Because, seriously, Seth Rollins and Dolph Ziggler, you're going to give us a Raw match that we see every other week. be at WrestleMania, like that's just stupid. I'm sorry, that's like the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
I agree. But then again, that's WWE for you, you know? That is the good old WWE.
WWE for life.
On the WWE network.
Yeah, but
which is free, guys, by the way, which is completely free for the month.
Only for new subscribers.
New subscribers. Well, if you're an old one, you're fucked.
Yeah.
We're fucked. You know?
Of course.
That's that, of course. Of course we're fucked. Life is fucked.
We still just paid the $9.99. Us old subscribers, we've been. When are we gonna get our subscriber loyalty month? Where it's just like that's what I'm waiting for. Like so that way I can save $9. Like honestly, I barely use the network. I don't know, like.
I only use it for pay-per-views.
Yeah,
to be
like
honest, since I have this PS4 now, I've actually been using the network on the PS4.
yeah, but that's because you're finally watching on something that's not your desktop. You're like, oh, I can actually lay down in my bed and see it on a big screen. You're gonna get bored of that once you're done watching like 10 episodes of Countdown in a row, and you're like, this show's stupid.
Oh fuck yeah! Most likely it's bound to happen. I do guarantee it.
And I love how they're like, oh yeah, get the sneak peek of this new Shield DVD. It's the same fucking shit that you already have on the network.
Yeah.
Why would I be excited about this?
That didn't make sense.
You're like getting excited for the Shield DVD. What extras are going to be there? Is Seth Rollins' nude pics going to be on this DVD that I have to check out?
Word.
Nah.
Indeed. Well, anywho, that's pretty much wraps up Fastlane. Oh boy. Anywho, there's an article that I read today. It's regarding Joe Koff, who is the COO of Ring of Honor. And he did an interview, which I believe was with the Vango Johnson of Philly.com. And he talked about WWE cracking down on other wrestling promotions, pretty much. This is what he pretty much said, right? As you all know, all right, WrestleMania is in a couple weeks from now, right? And being that it's always WrestleMania weekend, the biggest weekend of the year for wrestling fans and all that, normally throughout these weekends, other wrestling fans, like mostly the indies, you know, Ring of Honor, Evolve, Dragon Gate, WrestleCon and all, they're always in that area for the weekend, right? And as you all know, this report came out last year that WWE signed this thing where they're not going to allow any other wrestling events to be held in the area for WrestleMania weekend. So because of that, you know, with all being said, you know, WrestleCon and Gabe and Ring of Honor, they had to relocate in California for that weekend, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is what pretty much, you know, Joe Koff had to say, the CEO of Ring of Honor, and regarding that, and pretty much for next year as well. This is what he said. We'll be fine. We'll be in Fort Worth and Dallas in 2016. That's not going to become a problem. And if it becomes a problem, then we'll deal with it. Then we'll deal with it. Everything they do, I respect. They're in business just like I am, and they're there to protect their franchise, like I'm there to protect my franchise. I have no fault with that. They can't put everything out of business. They made it a little less convenient for the fans that are going into WrestleMania weekend, but like I said, it hasn't stopped us from selling out that show. Look, I'm purposely there when they are there because they bring in tons of fans, and they bring in a lot of international fans. WrestleMania is our Super Bowl, and if I can be near it, I'm going to be near it. And then he also talked about McMahon, you know, how promoters back in the day were scared of Vince McMahon back in the 80s, right? You know, Vince McMahon, you know, went to every promoter back in the 80s, trying to buy them out, grab the talent and all that. And this is what Koff had to say about that. One of the things I've learned when I was working with the promotions is that they were very fearful of Vince McMahon and what he was doing. And I think it took their eye of the ball, and I think they didn't know how to compete. The economics scared the local promoters. They just got scared of it, and they didn't know how to fight it because they didn't have some kind of national distribution to deal with it. The one thing about professional wrestling, and the one thing we have is we've got distribution. We're in 40% of the country.
40% of this great country.
40%.
We're in 40 million homes. We have the capability to be reached 40 million homes through TV. That's something that most other promotions don't have, because we have that. I'm not that concerned about what everyone else is doing. I'm only concerned in bettering my product, keeping my eye on my ball, and not worrying about the rest of the business. And honestly, when I read this article and I read that, yeah, you know what? It's funny, you know, all you want, 40 million home, 40% of the country. But that is the mindset you should have. Like Joe Koff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for your product, I mean, it could be a lot better. I mean, for a company that's been in business since like 2002, you really hope for much better. But yeah, I guess I'm just saying, like, he gets it, he understands. You know, Santa Clara, for people who live there, you guys know it's not really the biggest, and so I can understand why WWE wanted that whole area, you know, to itself. You know, because like Santa Clara is not like one of the most interesting towns in California. Just because it's in California does not make it one of the most interesting towns. It's like if WWE ever had a WrestleMania in Bakersfield. Like no one would be like caring about Bakersfield, and it would be too small of a town. So he gets it. He understands why WWE is having their pay-per-view there. But still, like 40%, 4 million. Yeah, he gets it, but it doesn't mean Ring of Honor is going to succeed in the next like 5 years because he understands this simple concept of business.
There you go. But I mean, in my opinion, though, here's a guy who doesn't give a fuck what everyone else is doing. He just focuses on his own product. That's the mindset I think promoters should have, or going with that mindset, in my personal opinion. You know, a lot of these promoters like TNA and they worry about what WWE's doing.
Well, you kind of have to worry what WWE's doing a little bit, because it's like they are like the franchise for most wrestling fans, and most wrestling fans are going to know like how to relate stuff because of what WWE's doing. So you kind of want to pay attention to what they're doing, because they've been successful for how many years? Like 50 plus years. So you kind of do have to worry what they're doing a little bit. I'm not saying totally like, I get what he's saying, but I don't feel like he should totally like say like, oh, fuck everyone else, because then you're going to be like Dana White, who, yes, Dana White's a successful businessman, but let's just face it, doesn't have like the most perfect track record in the world, and the UFC has not really grown all that much, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying on that. I do hear you on that. We have another comment here from on the phone here. Let me check here on my phone, because I'm also viewing the comment thread through the cell phone. You know, why not, right?
Mm-hmm.
It says here, comment from Weston Flores. How about Seth Rollins versus Randy Orton in a last man standing match at Mania for the briefcase? That could work also.
Yeah.
I mean, does it have to be a gimmick match? Not really. Does it need to be really a gimmick match? But they can have a match for the briefcase. I mean, you think about it too. Orton's already held the briefcase,
But he would want it again.
And then he cashed it.
Wouldn't he want to be champion again? Like I'm saying, like, he would want the briefcase again just so he can win the championship.
Yeah. Doesn't Randy Orton have like a rematch clause that hasn't been cashed in yet?
Oh my god.
Just say.
yeah.
He has a rematch clause. Let him have it, WWE.
Exactly. Let him have it. Alaka writes here, Eric Young is a good wrestler based off his in-ring work alone. He is worthy to be a grand champion. Some of his gimmicks have been questionable, but they have also been over. Super Eric was over. EY has been over forever in TNA. You can't downplay being a TNA Grand Slam champ by saying EY did it too. EY has proven himself to be a great talent for TNA. Yeah, EY is a great performer, a great in-ring worker, yes.
Yeah, why did everyone shit on him winning the TNA World title?
I think because people compare it to Daniel Bryan.
But people still shit on him and said like, oh, that's like having Santino win your title. Just saying, like, I'm saying just because Joe's a Grand Slam champion doesn't make him all of a sudden like, oh, his time in TNA was all worth it. I mean, so what? You won the Grand Slam title. I'm just saying Eric Young also did. Does that make Eric Young like, oh, he's so worth it? He should be in WWE. He's a huge star. How many people do you know, Alucard, like off the street, when you say, yeah, man, did you see Eric Young? People know who the fuck Eric Young is. Probably no one. I'm just being honest here. I'm pretty sure you can find like people that you talk to that know who Eric Young is because you probably talked to them about him. But I'm talking about just in general. If you went up to some random lady in the street and said, hey, you know Eric Young? No one know who the fuck that is. Just being honest here. So just saying Samoa Joe is underutilized. He should have been much bigger than what he was in TNA. You can defend EY, you can defend TNA all you want, man. Just know I'm also a huge TNA fan too. Just know I know a lot about TNA just like you. And I'm just saying, from what I saw with TNA, they totally underutilized Joe to push idiots like Sting, Angle, Hulk Hogan, and people that shouldn't have been pushed over guys like AJ Styles, Christopher Daniels, Kazarian, Samoa Joe, Robert Roode, and James Storm. You can defend, oh, well, they won world titles. Yes, they did. But they didn't really do much with them in their world title reigns, in my personal opinion. Oh, Bobby Roode's the longest reigning world champion. Yeah, most of his reign was him, like, hitting people with low blows and being a coward shit heel.
Well, very Magnus.
Exactly.
Magnus probably had the worst one.
Exactly. I mean, again, we can all agree to disagree here. No one is right. No one is wrong.
Yeah, I'm just...
We all have opinions here. You know what I mean? That's the beauty of this, you know?
I'm just saying,
I respect Alucard's point of views. I respect your point of view. Hell, I even respect Walter's point of views.
I'm just saying, like, for me, it's just, like, I can't accept people trying to defend that Joe's TNA run was something that was just, like, awesome all the way out, you know? Like, I just feel like it wasn't – it could have been a lot better, you know? Like, I just like Samoa Joe a lot. He's one of my favorites. So it's just, like, it's hard for me to really say, like, oh, yeah, all his TNA run was awesome. Like, they treated – like, did they treat him right? Sure, you can say behind the scenes they treated him right, but, like, overall TV-wise, they didn't really treat him right that much all the time.
Exactly. Now, let's move on now to the next topic at hand, and this is regarding now current MMA fighter, Mr. Brooks, CM Punk. As you all know, a couple months ago during Thanksgiving, CM Punk did the Art of Wrestling podcast with his best friend and pro wrestler as well, Colt Cabana, right? Mm-hmm. Where he finally, you know, talked about his run in WWE, what happened, what made him leave, and all of that, right? He finally opened up, right? And in that podcast, he took jabs at WWE medical doctor Chris Amon, right? For, you know, the whole joke of Z-Packs and antibiotics and all that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it turns out that Dr. Iman, Chris Iman, is filing a lawsuit against CM Punk.
Defamery.
Yeah, apparently the Cook County records in Illinois report Iman is claiming that his reputation has suffered as a result of the comments made by Punk. Iman is seeking more than $1 million in compensatory damages as well as an undetermined amount for punitive damages. Evans says in his suit that Punk claims about him are false. Cabana is included for helping Punk falsely depict Amon, pretty much.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's suing for $1 million. I mean, dude, good luck. Again, it's funny too because apparently WWE, they posted a video on their channel as unlisted, right? And I saw this video. I think it's on their channel right now as well. So it should be on their channel under enlisted. It's regarding apparently what they did. It's like a 90-second video. It's pretty much CM Punk in the WWE Royal Rumble match of 2014 and showing him in his spots. Pretty much what they did. They focused the camera on his ass, right? So they wanted to show you that, hey, you know, where's the giant baseball on his back, which really there wasn't. But I mean, again, you know, that's pretty much them issuing a statement. With WWE issuing a statement regarding this whole lawsuit between Chris Iman and CM Punk and all that.
Yeah, like, and then there's like a picture of like one match where you see it, but then the rest of the pictures, it's like that thing is kind of gone. Honestly, I just feel like CM Punk is like one of the biggest whiners in the world and one of the biggest hypocrites in the world when it comes out to it. More power to him. He's made a lot of money doing it, which is fucking awesome. Good for him. But I just feel like he's he's like, I think like he really went on there on the Art of Wrestling podcast, and he did it in such a friendly environment where it's like, Colt Cabana the whole time wasn't challenging him at all. He's just like, I'm just here because we're friends, and it's like, yeah, that's why CM Punk did this podcast. Like, if he did our podcast, we would be calling bullshit left and right to a lot of things. We'd be like, how do you go and stuff like that.
And we have a caller.
Sean's view, baby.
Probably is. 937, you're on the air on the Teamheel podcast. What's your name and where you're from?
My name's Cameron, and I'm from Ohio.
What up, Cameron? What's up, man?
What up?
What's
Just
up, bro?
watching this podcast right now.
That's what's up, bro. That's what's up. So what's up, man? The floor is yours.
Not much to talk about CM Punk.
All right.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts, bro? This whole potential lawsuit going on with WWE and him. Did you watch that video, by the way, that we're talking about? That WWE posted as unlisted.
Yeah, I watched it. There is zero little ball spot that he's talking about. I think he's a complainer, but I was a huge fan of his when he was in the WWE,
I hear you.
Everyone.
Yeah, I was a fan of his. He was one of my favorites. I still like CM Punk the wrestler. It's CM Punk the person that I think is. It's like, when people are like, oh yeah, I like John Cena as a person, but the wrestler, fuck him. CM Punk's opposite. CM Punk the wrestler is cool. CM Punk the person, fuck him. Like he can burn in hell. I don't care.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a big whiner. I like him as a wrestler, just like you said, but he just, I don't know,
Him as a person, he's just like, he's such a hypocrite. Like everything he says, like you can't really take for real because it's just like, I feel like he goes back ass on his stories and he doesn't really tell his stories fully truthfully. I think he just is like the kid who cried wolf. He wants people to be like, yeah, fight with me. This is my rebellion. Like, I'm pretty sure there's some stuff that are true, like, the MMA trunks and, the Slim Jim commercials. Like, sure, that stuff is true. But when it comes down to, medical doctors.
The whole trying to get the MMA shorts and sponsors and shit.
Yeah, I can believe that stuff is kind of true. I can believe that stuff is kind of true.
Then again, my take is also, again, we don't know because we weren't there.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, like, when it comes down to the doctor type of thing, like, I get WWE doesn't provide their employees with health care, but, like, even then, like, a doctor that's supposed to be trained professionally, that's been there for a long period of time, I don't think that he would let CM Punk wrestle with this giant baseball or, like, the concussion test or jokes because, like, trust me, concussion tests, like, they make you do a lot of shit. Even if you feel like that person is totally untrained to give you the concussion test, they make you do a lot of shit. So I feel like sometimes CM Punk is just like, for me, he was just fed up. He was pissed off that he wasn't the top guy like he thought he was going to be, that he wasn't going to be, in the main event of WrestleMania. That it was just like, he felt like 28, 29, and 30. That should have been his show, his moment in the sun and stuff like that, which you can make arguments for, especially around 28. It should have been his moment in the sun.
He was pissed off he had to face The Undertaker. I wouldn't be pissed off if I had to face The Undertaker. That's a big, kind of match for anybody to face The Undertaker at WrestleMania.
Yeah, and also, like, I just love his hypocriticalness. Like, he hates Ryback for breaking his ribs, but he knows Kofi Kingston has a move that can give you a concussion, but he still loves him. That's hilarious to me. It's not about the money. Yeah. Fucking pay me! Punk.
It's about the money.
Yeah, man. It's all about the motherfucking money. I hate that song, but, it's there, though. It's there.
And people buy into his bullshit.
He's the voice of the voiceless.
The interview was crap.
I think there was some truth to it. There was some truth.
I think it was it's a funny interview for sure.
It has to be true.
I forgot your name. Cameron.
Hold on. To the caller calling in right now, 413, we'll call you back in a bit once we're finished with this call right now, all right?
All right.
So if we're not picking up right now, man, don't be upset. Don't be bothered. Oh, my God.
Man.
Okay.
Totally fine, man.
Okay, Cameron. Are you into conspiracy theories? Because I have one that I think about this whole CM Punk situation. Do you want to hear my conspiracy theory? See, for me, a lot of people don't know this. I'm someone who believes in conspiracy theories. I think the Montreal Screwjob was the biggest work in all of professional wrestling, and that Vince McMahon planned it. And I think Vince McMahon planned this CM Punk exit. He called Punk into his office one day. He's like, "Hang on, Punk, you need a break, man." And Punk was saying to himself, "Vince, I totally need a fucking break." He's like, "Here's the plan, Punk. Leave." And then Punk was just like, "What? Leave. Leave this company right now. And I'll tell you when. I'll tell you when you can speak. Just go on. Be a normal human being. Enjoy your fucking life." And that's what CM Punk did. He left. No one knows about it. Only Vince and Punk knows. And so you find it convenient. I'm just saying, oh, Vince McMahon has this podcast that's being promoted for months now. All of a sudden, CM Punk puts up a podcast with Cole Cabana talking about the WWE, thus making the Vince podcast super duper interesting, so that way people want to know, what's Vince going to say about CM Punk? I bet you Vince called up Punk, and he's like, "Hey, Punk, how's it going, my friend?" And Punk's like, "Man, Vince, this break is great. When do you need me back?" And he goes, "Punk, go make a podcast with Cole Cabana and release your frustrations. Talk about what you're pissed off about. Say a bunch of bullshit of why you left this company, damn it. Vince, are you sure that's a good idea? Trust me, it'll be gold." And then afterwards, CM Punk did it. And look at what happened. Everyone talked about the Vince podcast. Everyone saying to themselves, "Fuck, I got to see the Vince podcast now." It wasn't just, "Oh my God, CM Punk put this great podcast." People wanted to hear Vince McMahon's voice on it. And Vince played it very, very shallow because he doesn't want to give out the work. And he told Punk immediately, "Look, you will make a shit ton of money once you fucking come back. This is what you need to do afterwards. You go sign with the fucking UFC. I already called Dana White. He will give you a contract. Have fun, buddy." Vince McMahon is setting this shit up. This is my conspiracy on it. I don't give a fuck if people think I'm crazy because of it. If you connect the dots and you look at it, it fucking seems like Vince McMahon made this into a fucking work. You notice how CM Punk did not really defame Vince McMahon at all in the podcast. Made it where Vince is like a fucking human. The guy that we talk about, that other wrestlers talk about as the gigantic asshole. A guy that, a lot of people just call a genius in himself. People literally say Vince is a genius. How come he can't think of this idea? How come Vince can't think of an idea like this where he's working us all? And then when CM Punk finally returns after 5 years of being gone with the WWE, it's a big reaction. Just saying. What do you think about my conspiracy theory there?
That's actually a pretty good conspiracy theory. I can believe it.
It could be. It really could be. But then again, we don't know.
Yeah, we don't know. It's just a conspiracy theory I have.
It could be. It could be. But again,
one day I'll get into my Montreal Screwjob conspiracy theory. One day.
Yeah, that'll be fun. We got comments here in the comment threads. Tavish Riddenburn asked, "What's up?" Aisha once again asked, "CM Punk is a cool wrestler, but in real life he's an asshole. He's an asshole of assholes, and I can't wait till he gets his vanilla midget ass caved in the Western Flores writes here, "Do you guys think a Finn Balor versus Jeff Hardy feud would be epic?" I guess so. Why not? You never know, right?
Sure. They both were face paint. Why not?
Writes, "I see an NXT match on the WrestleMania card with Sami Zayn versus somebody. Yeah, maybe Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens."
Nah, because remember they filmed NXT past WrestleMania.
They did? Oh shit.
That is true. Oh. That is true. So we'll see. We'll see what happens here. But hey, brother, I'm gonna let you go now. All right, bro. Before we do though, do you want to promote your Twitter, your YouTube channel, if you have any? The floor is yours, brother.
Yeah, YouTube channel is lowercase x Phantom Lion _. Like lowercase x Phantom and then _ Lion with another lowercase x after the lion.
Okay. Do me a favor, brother. Brother, do me a favor though, if you can in the chat, just write your Twitter, write your channel. People can just subscribe to you there as well. All right, man.
All right, man.
All right, but also promote your Twitter. Promote your Twitter as well.
Twitter, same thing, or you can follow me at CamTate24.
All right, brother. Thank you for calling in. All right, man.
No problem, man.
All right, man. Nice. That was Cameron. Make sure you guys follow him on Twitter and check out his YouTube channel. Or else. We also have another caller here. I'm trying to get this person on as well. This guy called twice and I didn't pick up. It happens. You know what I mean? They get him. Now we're gonna call him now. Let's see if they pick up. The caller 413, whoever it may be. It's ringing, guys. It's ringing. It's ringing. Teamheel Podcast. It's ringing. It's ringing, guys. Hopefully they pick up. If not, you know what? It is what it is.
Hello?
Caller 417, caller 413, yes, you're on the Teamheel Podcast. You called in a little bit earlier?
Yes.
What's your name and where you from, man?
Muhammad from New York.
Muhammad from New York. What's up, man?
Oh, what's up?
Nothing much, bro.
Your friend was talking about conspiracy theories, right?
Yep. Go on, Chase.
I think CM Punk is gonna return, and he's gonna have a new name, either CMMA Punk.
CMMA Punk. Can that be Chase? I mean, it could be.
No. Vince would not think of anything that stupid. Vince is not that stupid, man. Come on, Muhammad. Vince thinks of stupid ideas.
CM Punk, because Vince is gonna fire him from that name, and he's gonna make him wear an El Generico mask, and his real name is gonna be called CM Punk instead of CMMC Punk.
That'd be hilarious, but I don't think that's gonna happen. CM Punk wrestling in a mask was not a good idea. Like what, 5 years ago, when he was doing that Traitor Society stuff.
Oh my God.
I mean, the Traitor Society was good until.
I'm talking about the mass Traitor Society Punk. That was stupid.
I mean, it could be this. I mean, have Punk come out when he returns, have him wear some gloves, have him come out to the Ultimate Fighter theme song from like Spike TV days.
You're gonna get hit.
You're gonna get hit, and all that. But I mean, who knows? I mean, here's my take. In all honesty, do I see Punk ever returning? No.
Yes, he will.
Yeah,
he will.
eventually he will.
He will. The money will be too good for him to deny it. He will return. This guy has no morals. Like, I'm sorry, this guy. I won't be surprised. Like, if him and AJ Lee divorce in like 3 years.
Give it 3 years and he'll be back.
Yeah.
It could be.
Speaking about returns, when is Randy Abortion gonna return? Like Randy Abortion.
Oh,
abortion. Hey, kid, who's your favorite wrestler right now? Who's your favorite wrestler?
Oh, my favorite?
Yeah, who's your favorite?
In WWE or just like wrestling in general?
Wrestling in general. Doesn't matter where it's from. Wrestling in
general. Do you have a favorite wrestler?
Yeah, it would be Kenta, but like, now they call him Hideo Asshole or whatever they call him in NXT.
Hideo Asshole? How old are you, kid?
Yeah.
How old are you, kid?
Same thing, Kenta.
Okay, Kenta.
Yeah, you know what?
You gotta love the youth, guys. You just gotta love the youth.
Oh, Randy Abortion. That's just terrible.
Randy Abortion.
That's terrible. That's not even. That's like Randy Orton is hot right now, man. Like Kenta will never reach Randy Orton's level of success ever in the WWE. That's why he was stuck on Pro Wrestling Noah for all his life, because he knew he would never be as successful as Randy Orton. He will never win a WWE Heavyweight Championship. The highest he will ever go is the Intercontinental title. And this is coming from someone who's a Kenta fan as well. He will never reach a high level in the WWE. All he is in WWE is a farm animal with no beard, where he's just going to be kicking the whole time. So he's just like the farm animal that a lot of people like now. So I'm sorry, Randy Orton is a legit star. He is someone that's multi-time world champion. He is someone that worked his way to the top. A lot of people say it was force-fed, but you know what? He worked his ass off because he puts on really good matches. You can talk about all the Kenta matches you want in the world, but really, to be honest, who made more money at the end of the day? Oh, yeah, that's right. Randall Keith Orton.
No, Randy Abortion is good. No, he's awesome, but like he hasn't returned. Like WWE is retarded. Like they missed it at the Regal Rumble. They should have brought him back at the Regal Rumble. But they
Regal Rumble. Oh fuck, we need Muhammad on the next Teamheel podcast. Rico Rumble.
I'm in tears right now. Rico Rumble. You gotta love today's youth. You gotta love today's youth.
And what's up with the Big Show and King? Like, they're two buffets. You know what buffet stands for? Big, ugly, fat fox ate together.
Big, ugly, fat fox eat together. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. This kid.
We need Muhammad on the next Teamheel podcast.
We need Muhammad. Word. Muhammad, how old are you, by the way? If you don't mind me asking.
14.
14.
He can't come on. He can't come on. Sadly, we go hangouts. Get mad at that.
You're like, what?
But you're more than welcome to keep calling in if you want.
Yeah, brother, keep calling in. We need more people with the enthusiasm of yourself.
Yes,
that's what we need in society today. But wow, brother, we're gonna let you go now, bro. But before you go, do you want to promote your Twitter, promote your YouTube channel? The floor is now yours.
Well, I don't really have any of that.
Oh, you don't?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you for calling in, Muhammad, from New York. Deuces, buddy.
Yeah, I hope that kid's a regular. I hope he keeps calling in every week.
Buffet.
Boo-boo ugly. I love that shit. That was great.
I love it. Yeah, you gotta love
it. He
it.
said boo. There's that buffets. I'm like, what the fuck is that? Boo-boo, fat face, ugly ass fuckers.
We had another caller calling in as well while Muhammad was on the air as well. So we're gonna call this number now, 314. Call 314. We're about to call you right now on the Teamheel podcast in a bit.
God. Yeah, Muhammad from New York. You better. He's gonna be like a staple. He'll be like a Shay from Dallas. And
please
Dan
leave your
show.
message for.
Oh, what?
Yeah, you reached Khalid. Can't get to the phone right now.
All right, so there you go. 314 can't pick up this call. We tried calling him, but he wasn't there. So there you go. Hey, we got it. He's calling back again. Here we go. Caller 314 on the Teamheel podcast. What's your name and where you from?
This is K Master, and I'm in the Springfield area right now.
What's up, man?
Springfield, Missouri.
What's up, man?
What's going on?
Just chilling here, man. You know,
talking wrestling
and just shit in general, brother.
Right.
Yeah, hey, did you catch Muhammad from New York? Did you catch what he was saying and stuff?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Did you catch the last caller? What he was saying or no?
Oh man, that little kid was crazy.
Again, you gotta love today's youth. You just gotta love it.
I'm being dead serious,
I don't know what they're teaching them in the classroom, but keep on teaching it.
Jesus, dude.
Well, I don't think you should be doing it in the classroom, but you make me laugh. So
exactly.
What y'all talking about now?
Just talking about anything in general, wrestling, combat sports, you know.
Yeah, like
pretty much, you know.
You guys pretty much steer the show.
The only wrestling that's really doing it for me right now is TNA because the E kind of suck. So.
TNA. Do you know the spoilers for TNA? Have you seen those yet?
Yeah, TNA putting on some good shows right now.
Have you seen the spoilers? Have you seen the spoilers lately?
The spoilers? Oh no, I don't pay attention to that stuff, man.
Okay. So I won't spoil you, but they go back to stupid TNA. They go back to their stupid booking. That's the problem with me with TNA, man. Like I totally get where people say they put on great wrestling. Like they have definitely the edge when it comes down to in-ring quality for their shows. But like when it comes down to overall booking, their booking is just terrible. I don't care. It's sad when EC3 and Tyrus are like your best heels. Just saying.
You said Tyrus is their best heel?
EC3 and Tyrus are being booked like their best heels. I mean, MVP is a weak ass heel. He's just playing MVP in WWE. It's terrible. Like he's playing MVP in 2007.
Nobody tunes in the TNA for Brodus Clay and whatever his name is, Ethan. Nobody cares about that.
Yeah, but they're being booked like their best heels. They're being booked like they're better heels. That's how I see it.
I don't think so. I respectfully disagree because one thing about Tyrus that I do not dig is why is he still dressed up like Brodus Clay? Like, come on, man, change your image up a little bit, man.
I mean,
do you think his fat ass can fit anything else?
At least he's not walking out to the ring, with the hat on, with the, 1970s.
Yeah, we
He's not
got
walking out to the
again.
ring in that. He's walking out in his regular. Can you think about it? When he was Brodus Clay in NXT, that was Brodus Clay. That was his monster, pretty much. When he went to the main roster in the the Funkasaurus, Funk is on a roll, and all that, and the rest is history, pretty much.
I'm not gonna lie. I liked Dancing Brodus Clay for a bit. Like I thought they could have done something with him. I thought it was cool.
That whole Brodus Clay thing was like, what was Vince thinking? I don't know what the hell he was thinking with that one.
I think it was like one of those things where he was about to debut, and he's in Gorilla about to debut, and Vince's like, hold it right there. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna postpone your debut. I want you to do some choreography real quick. Yeah. I want you to grab your hands like this and do this and do this.
Dance for me, you fat piece of shit.
Dance for me. Dance. He's gonna dance. He's gonna dance. That's what I think he did.
This is great.
It's great. It's what we call bonus. Put him in a onesie.
I noticed in the comments you wrote, hey guys, we're making an independent boxing movie called Downfall. Please share and help raise funds for this project. Thank you in advance. So can you explain more about this, if you can? The floor is yours.
Well, we're making an independent movie called Downfall. It's a boxing film. Main character's named James. He's a college student, and he's going to school, whatever, but his finance rate is running out, so he needs money to pay for school or whatever. So him and his friend go out to the club one night, and he actually, gets into it with a guy over, flirting with his girlfriend, and he ends up knocking the guy out. And this old boxing manager, whatever, peeps it out or whatever, and he offers him a chance to fight, in the underground boxing circuit. So he declines it at first, and then after he really can't get jobs or whatever, he goes on and accept. And later on, he meets a woman that's tied up into she used to date one of the boxing owners guards. She used to date one of the guards or whatever. So it's it's he's rising up in the ranks, and he's also dealing with this whole love thing, So.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
So it's like the plot of Stone Cold's movie, like that one Stone Cold movie that he did. Except it was MMA, not boxing, and he was a dad, not a college student. So it's like Never Back Down 2 and Stone Cold's movie had a baby and made this movie.
Oh yeah, not sure.
Well, I'm sure it's gonna be something that. I'm pretty sure there's some boxing movies out there, not quite like this, but, everybody, history repeats itself, but I think this boxing movie is going to be unique from all other boxing movies. I wrote the script, so it's going to be really nice. People just, just come and like our page or whatever and just check out the movie. I think a lot of people will really like it because, we got a lot of good stuff going on with it,
Yeah, I feel you. Anywho, so you're a boxing fan. What's your thoughts on the finalies happening, Pacquiao Mayweather?
Man, I've been waiting for this fight to happen for I don't know how long, and I'm real skeptical that is when it's going to happen because they've been talking about wanting to do it for a long time. So I'm going to believe it when it actually they start promoting.
It's promoted.
I think it's
actually been
It's
promoted.
official.
Yeah.
It's sold out in
May
15
2nd.
minutes. It's sold out in 15
It's
minutes.
official now?
May
Yeah, it's official
2nd
now.
at the MGM Grand. Floyd Mayweather
Okay,
Jr.
okay.
versus Manny Pacquiao. Finally. Now, I feel like all of us now, yes, we're happy it's finally happened, but at the same time, we're waiting to hear breaking news. Fight's been called off due to some bullshit.
Yeah,
We're just
exactly.
waiting for it to happen now. We're just waiting for it. I mean, it's a very, what's the word I'm looking for? Crazy to believe that it's actually happening. You know what I mean?
I don't think it's going to say the fight's canceled. I mean, this fight sold out in 15 minutes. To get cheap seat tickets for this fight was $3,000. I don't think they would cancel this fight.
Pay-per-view, I guarantee you, just to buy it on pay-per-view, it'd be like $100.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it has to be on.
you have
This is literally our generation of Ali versus Frazier, Tyson versus Evander Holyfield,
Yeah.
or Tyson versus Lewis, if you want to go in that way. You know, this is it. This is what boxing right now needs. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. Tomorrow night, a little bit later today, my boy Triple G gonna make Martin Murray a good boy. But that's just me, of course. You know what I mean? But again, this is what boxing right now needs. You know, they need this fight.
Yeah, and it needs to be a good fight. It don't need to be like none of Mayweather's other fights. It needs to be a good fight, because if it's not, it's gonna be a huge flop.
The shoulder roll, like, you know, I mean, I kind of got Floyd going into this fight as a favorite. I see him winning this fight.
Yeah, because like if this was Pacquiao in circa 2008, I would give a slight edge to Pacquiao in circa 2008. But Pacquiao now, he just seems like a little bit slower, and his punches.
I don't see Pacquiao knocking him out. I see if Pacquiao were to win, hypothetically speaking, it had to be by decision.
Yeah.
I'm not saying close, by a split decision of any, or unanimous. Not even unanimous. Hell no.
I think after this fight, Floyd Mayweather should just hand it up, because like there's no one else for him to fight again. Like, really, to be honest.
I mean, to my understanding, there's a clause from what I've read, there's a clause in the contract that if something were to happen, like Floyd wanted this, a rematch. If he were to lose this fight, he wants a rematch. So
that's super egotistical.
Think about it too, though. Again, this fight happening again because both fighters, their pay-per-view buys have been down in the dumps. You know, Floyd's last fight, you know, against Marcos Maidana. Then before that, Canelo Alvarez, which was the big draw.
Well, Canelo fight at least got 1 million pay-per-view buys, right?
Yeah, but Marcos Maidana,
those didn't do shit. I'm talking about at least the Canelo Alvarez was like at least that did well.
You look at Pacquiao before him fighting, Chris Algieri barely got any buys. Who else he fought before that? Tim Bradley, the rematch. Then he fought him again. Then he fought Marquez. Then after that, he fought Marquez again. It's crazy. Didn't he fight after? Didn't he fight Bradley after that?
No, I just felt like he just didn't he just fight some random fucks, and then he fought Bradley, and that was the last time we saw him. I don't think he fought Marquez like that much.
No, he fought Marquez.
Yeah, after the I'm talking about after the Marquez.
After Marquez, he fought Bradley in the rematch. No. He fought Brandon Rio. Fought Brandon Rio. And after the Rios, he fought. Then after the Bradley fight, he fought obviously Chris Algieri.
Yeah. I was all like, where the fuck did you get these other fights from? Like, I was like, he did not fight that many times after Algieri. I was like, what the fuck are you making up like this resume that I missed? Like Bradley Pacquiao 3 happened? Like when?
I don't know.
But yeah, like see with this fight right here, Steven, do you think it's gonna break Mayweather fucking De La Hoya? Do you think it will?
Yeah, I think it will.
Because that record's hard. That record's hard to fucking break. That's like 4 million.
I mean, didn't Canelo and Floyd do that? Didn't they?
Well, because like we're saying that the pay-per-view price is going to be, maybe $100 here. Mayweather De La Hoya was only $60.
Yeah.
So like, and that one holds the biggest box office ever.
We got comments here from Darius' Prodigy 616. Mayweather just gonna look to clinch while the whole time Pac is gonna get close. It could be. I mean, the key to beat Floyd, you have to get close to him. You have to like close the distance. You have to work the body. If you work the body and corner him into the ropes, that's your like people. To me, people always say, "Oh, De La Hoya is the guy to make the quote unquote blueprint." I say bullshit to that. To me, who really gave that blueprint was Miguel Cotto. I think Miguel Cotto was the one to set up the blueprint on how to beat Floyd. Even though he didn't beat him, he came close. He gave a run for his money.
Do you know what they're titling? Do you know what they're titling this fight, Steven? They already got a title. Do you want to hear what the title is?
It's finally happening.
Fight of the century.
Because it is. It is the fight of the century.
I don't know.
It's the biggest fight of our generation.
Of the century.
Our generation. Yeah. The century, I doubt that.
No.
I think they waited this long for a reason. I think they waited this long for a reason, because of, I believe if they would have fought when it was real hot and everybody was like, yeah, Mayweather need to go against Pacquiao. When it was real hot, I think Pacquiao would have won. Now, and I'm a big Pacquiao fan, but I think now that it's like years later, I think that Mayweather's gonna win, because they waited this long for a reason,
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of BS going around, Bob Arum and, Mayweather not wanting to work with Bob Arum. Now, we don't even know, if I don't even know if Bob Arum is even involved. Is he, Chase? Is Bob Arum involved in negotiations? No, right?
No, it was just Floyd and Manny straight up.
That's what's up.
Like they worked it out together. Like who would have thought? We should be, for all the people who hate the Miami Heat, let's thank the Miami Heat. The Miami Heat's the reason why these two got together.
Exactly.
For some reason they were at a Miami Heat game. Why were they at this Miami Heat game? Who the fuck knows? Who the fuck cares? They were there together.
What I
for
can't
some
wait
reason.
though. You know what I can't wait for tomorrow when I wake up from bed.
What?
To hear First Take, Stephen A. Smith and
that's not on tomorrow.
No, yeah, that's on Monday.
Why would you want to hear Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith talk about this?
Because when they talk about this shit, it's funny. When they talk about this shit, it's funny.
Okay, I got you.
You got them. You got the Boxing Voice on YouTube. You got Ego. You got you got T Street Controversy.
Stephen A. Let me tell you, Manny Pacquiao is going to beat Floyd Mayweather. Stop it! You stop
a clown, man. He was a clown.
Listen here, man. Listen here. Look here, Skip Bailey. Look here, man. I got faith in my man, Floyd, the pound for pound king in the world.
And this is where I disagree, Steven. This is where I disagree with everything you're saying. Look, Floyd is good. One of the best boxers you'll ever see. But the one thing about Floyd is he's not connected to his family like Manny is. I feel like Manny's gonna win because it's for his family. And see, like that's what Skip does. He goes like to these outside forces that make no fucking sense. And you're like, what the fuck are you talking about? And it's Stephen A. Smith like, you must be on drugs. And I'm only on Diet Mountain Dew. It's like, I haven't watched that show in a year, but I know they're like how they argue. It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
exactly.
Stephen A.
What happened?
Yeah.
Stephen A.
They get paid a lot, man.
Yeah, exactly. I'll do that.
I think the star of that show is that girl. The old girl that's just chosen in the middle of it.
Carrie Champ?
Oh, hell no. That's the worst.
All Carrie Champ does is like,
Yeah,
she's beautiful, though.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Laker Town, baby.
I'd hit it. I'd hit it. What?
It's the only one I can tolerate.
I waxed. Oh, my. What? I'd wax that ass. What up?
No.
I go band camp on her. Now, we know out there right now, Adrian Broner made a tweet. Mayweather signed the deal Pacquiao. It's like, I signed the deal Pacquiao. It's like, I'm fighting Pacquiao. Yeah, no. AB, always balling. AB, I know Maidana dropped me, but you know what? I want to fight Maidana again. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we'll see, though.
Hey, Steven, do you think they need is Canelo and whatever their name is, Cotto, are they back in talks?
No, apparently now Canelo's fighting Kirkland.
Oh my God, stupid! I was gonna say Canelo Cotto. You have to get another guy. Like to me, for this card to work out really well, you got to get another dude in boxing that's just as legit as Pacquiao Mayweather. That's not named the fucking Klitschko's, because Klitschko's are boring.
James Kirkland.
Yeah,
James
sure.
Kirkland.
Yeah,
My
no,
take
but
is this. You know what I was saying?
Get someone on here. Get someone on here to be the co-main for this card.
You know what I was saying? You know what I was saying a while back? What they should have done?
What?
There's this debating who's gonna fight in May, Cotto Canelo or Pacquiao Mayweather. Have Pacquiao Mayweather be the main event, and your co-main event be Cotto versus Canelo. That should be the co-main event.
Dude, that would
have been the biggest fight. That would have been the biggest card in history of boxing.
Yeah,
but
dude, just throw Marquez on there for no reason. I think Andre Ward ain't doing shit, so get him on there.
He signed for Rock Nation, but we don't know who else signed for Rock Nation either. We don't even know who the fuck is signed either for Rock Nation. But we'll see what happens, dude. I mean, if anything, if that would have gone down, I think Canelo would have gotten the short end of the stick. If you know what I mean.
Right.
But then again, though, I mean, blame Cotto. As much as I'm a Miguel Cotto mark, you gotta blame him for turning the fight.
Hey, fuck it. Cotto Martinez 2. Fucking put that on the card.
Oh, you want to see Cotto destroy this guy again?
People still love Sergio Martinez for whatever dumb dick reason.
I love Sergio. What? I'll tell you why. When he fought Chavez Jr., the bum Chavez Jr., the bum, right? And he destroyed him for 11 rounds. The 12th round, you know what? Sergio could have ran that round. He could have ran it. But he stood in the fucking pocket. Yes, he got dropped twice, and he still went in there and banged with him. That fight, that's where he won me over.
Yeah, whatever. Get De La Hoya to come out of retirement. You need.
Behind Sergio when he fought Martin Murray, it kind of hurt. Even though I was a fan of both Cotto and Sergio, it was hard for me to watch that fight. I was happy for Cotto.
Bring Arturo Gotti back from the grave. Fucking get other people.
Come on, man.
I'm saying. Yeah, Mickey Ward and a Toro Gotti 4. Shit, yeah, nigga, I'm down with that.
No. Bring out Danny Garcia versus fucking Rod Salka. That homie Rod Salka. Bring him out again and shit. But yeah, yo, bro, man, it's been real talk with you, man. Before we let you go, do you want to promote your YouTube, your Twitter, promote this movie again for people, to check it out, where to get this information more on? And all that,
Okay, yeah. Downfall is the movie. We got an Indiegogo campaign going on right now. I got the link in the comment section. We really appreciate if you all help us fund our film or whatever. We got a lot of good perks for y'all, too, so it's not just like y'all giving us money, y'all actually getting stuff out of it. We got a lot of good perks for y'all. The Facebook is Downfall 2015. Like our page, we need all the attention we can get. We're trying to go as wide with this as we want to. And our Twitter is Downfall Film. Well, at Downfall Film is our Twitter, And just support the movie Downfall. It's going to be great, y'all.
All right, brother. No problem, man. Indeed, we will. All right, thanks for calling in, bro. Appreciate it, man. Now, make sure you guys go check out Downfall. In the movie coming out 2015. Give the guy some support, show him some love, and all that. Was good. We have another caller call. He called
about a college kid getting into the underground boxing scene. Just showing that I paid attention.
It has, yeah, me too. Yeah, exactly. It kind of has like that Def Jam Vendetta feel almost to it.
Oh yeah, dude. If he gets the main theme of Def Jam Vendetta to open it, I'll be down to watch that movie. Exactly. Or get that Little John song.
That was my game back.
Yeah, no, I still listen to that fucking song like Q1047 here in Cali. If they start playing that, I fucking roll down the windows like, oh, keep scared, to the wall, my balls. All these bitches pop. Skit, motherfucking skit.
We had another caller call in while we were talking to Kay, so we're gonna get this caller in as well. This will be the last caller, guys, so if you called in, sorry.
Yeah, and then we're going to wrap it up after this caller.
Wrap it up. Yeah, after that, we're going to wrap it up. Caller
we
903.
ain't Bruce Splits, baby.
We're not Bruce Splits in it, yeah. Caller 903 about to call you right now. Hopefully you pick up.
Hey, guys, time for your, WWE Pet Slang review. We kicked up the show with,
Caller
Cesaro.
903, what's your name and where you're from? You're on the Teamheel podcast.
I'm from Texas. And
what's your name, bro?
so I was wondering, what do you guys think about like real fighters joining pro wrestling?
It's cool. It's been around for a long time.
Exactly. Dan Severn, was he in WWE for a couple
Yeah,
of years back in the Attitude Era?
Dan Severn, Ken Shamrock. So yeah, I'm cool with it. Yeah,
Tank Abbott,
Tank Abbott.
ECW. Bob Sapp, or whatever the fuck his name is in Japan. Wasn't Bob Sapp like the IWGP Heavyweight Champion?
Hey, Steven, we're forgetting about one real fighter. Tito!
Tito.
I mean, it's okay. There's nothing wrong with it, you know.
Are any of you guys interested in like baseball or anything like that?
I like baseball when they're using steroids and they actually hit home runs. That's when I like baseball.
Yeah.
Barry Bonds for life, dude. Barry Bonds for life.
I'll be honest, I'm not really big on baseball. My thing is pretty much combat sports, boxing, MMA, some soccer, I guess. But if anything is baseball, I mean that I'm from the tri-state area, you know, New York, Jersey, and all that. I support the local teams, so I guess you could say I'm a Yankee fan. You know.
Well, here's an interesting debate that's been around for ages. Who do you think's better, Ronaldo or Messi?
Messi.
It's not even close.
But
don't get me wrong, Ronaldo's a good player as well. Don't get me wrong, I don't hate Ronaldo. I think, you know, he is who he is. It's one of those things where I think Messi had more. Remember who Messi was playing with as well at one time. You know what I'm saying, and all of that. But I think Messi is the better performer of the two, if you ask me.
Yeah, and also Messi carried like his fucking team in the World Cup.
Exactly.
Like Messi.
I'll be honest.
Right,
I watched the World Cup. Go on, brother. Go on.
I'm saying Messi has carried his teams too in the past. Like Ronaldo, he hasn't really like carried his teams as much as Messi has in the past. And I just feel like Messi overall, when he controls the ball, he's much better. And I think he's a way better defender than Ronaldo. Ronaldo, I think his defense is just not all that there. So I would have to say Messi's the better player. That's just me. Like Ronaldo is definitely the more marketable player. Like say for example, man, if you're going to choose a league and like let's just say you're starting a team in like Kansas City, and you want to market a player, I'm going to choose Ronaldo over Messi because Ronaldo I know is good looking and can sell a bunch of fucking jerseys compared to Messi.
Right.
Exactly. But what I'm saying, and I watched the World Cup, and I'll be honest with you, to me, Argentina did not deserve to go to the final, in my opinion. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, I'm a Messi.
Netherlands should have won.
To me, the final of the World Cup should have been. Listen, FIFA, what they wanted to do was have Brazil, Argentina. That's what they wanted.
Never gonna happen.
No. They wanted Brazil to win. In reality, you know, the nighttime came early for them, and look what happened. But to me, the final should have been Germany versus Holland. That should have been the final, in my opinion.
Netherlands.
I say that the minute that Van Persie did that headbutt goal against Spain.
I love that win so much. Fuck Spain, dude. Like I'm another. If you guys don't know, I'm Dutch, so I like the Netherlands and fucking A. Dude.
I'll just say this: to me, Robin's the fucking cyborg. To me, he's.
Yeah, I don't know. He's still playing.
I gave him that nickname, the cyborg. He is.
Yeah.
I remember
31, 32.
Robin's the
yeah, and he's still going.
And
he's fast as fuck.
Yeah.
He's fast. You saw him run for
really
the ball
good, man.
against Spain.
Yeah.
Holy shit. And he's 30-something years old.
Spain sucks now, but yeah.
I mean, the problem with Spain was they tried to go into the world. They thought, okay, we're going to go with what worked for us in 2010 in South Africa. And unfortunately for them, Xavi, Iniesta, all the guys that went with them are already old. Remember, soccer, football, for all the European viewers out there, football is a young man's sport.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah,
if you hit 30, you're old. You're a veteran already. Now, unless you're Ronaldo, you know, it's an exception. But football, soccer is a young man's sport. You know, most of these clubs that are in Europe, these big clubs, they're not going to look at a guy who's like 34 or 35 or a guy who's pushing. For example, I'm Peruvian. I'm from Peru, and Peruvian soccer is trash, complete trash. Our big our star Claudio Pizarro, he's like 37 years old. He plays in Bayern on the bench. On the bench, doesn't do shit.
MLS?
Nah, he plays in Bayern. He's like 37 years old. You barely see him play in Bayern. If anything, he plays like the final 20 minutes of a game. We have another player called Paulo Guerrero, who now plays for Corinthians in Brazil. Good guy, but I mean, it's sad that someone like him never went to a World Cup, But that's that for me, of course. I apologize if I ranted off and shit like that. But Messi, I had this friend of mine.
Hold up. Quick question. Who's that one German soccer player? I don't know if he's German or not. But who's that one soccer player where he left his Lamborghini and it got towed away, and the people were like, "Hey, do you want it back?" He's like, "No, it's okay. I'll just buy a new one." Who's that one really, really overpaid soccer player that's really funny?
I think it's
I don't know.
I think it's Schweinsteiger.
Something like that. I hear this guy's like a total boss. He just explodes fireworks in his bathroom, and oh my god, that guy just sounds amazing.
And I'll say this right now too. I think right now German soccer, the Bundesliga, has blown, the Premier League, the La Liga, the Calcio League out of the water. They have.
Oh yeah.
Right now, the best league is the Bundesliga. At one time, you can say it was La Liga, it was Spain. You could say it at one time. It was at one time. Hell, there are people that even say, "Oh, the Premier League."
The Premier League, to me, I like to watch that better than all the other leagues.
I get it, but to me, right, the best league is obviously the Bundesliga.
That's where you're gonna get your dominant teams right now. Probably make it to
a certain degree, you can argue that what the crap's it called, a Barclays League or something like that, the English League.
Yeah.
To a certain degree, you can argue for them.
Yeah, to an extent. It depends who you watch. Though. I mean, if you watch, Manchester City, Manchester United, Chelsea, Arsenal, Stoke City, and Tottenham, and all that,
Yeah.
But what's your favorite team, bro? What's your favorite team?
FC Barcelona.
That's everyone's favorite.
That's everyone's favorite team. I mean, listen. I'll be honest. I mean, I like the team too. That's my favorite Spanish team. Don't get me wrong. I don't hate Madrid, but fuck Madrid.
I think his name is Pennant, Jermaine Pennant. Is this the guy I'm talking about? I googled him because I wanted to know who this is.
Never heard of him. Where does he play?
Stoke City.
Nah, I never heard of him. But whoever it is, that's a boss. That's the way you do it, though. If you ask me. Who else?
I think it's him. I don't know. There's there's this one soccer player. Apparently, he just does whatever the fuck he wants. I love him.
You know who that is too? He plays in Italy now. I think Balotelli.
I think it's Balotelli. Yeah, he explodes he explodes fireworks in his house, and he just freaking doesn't give a fuck about anything.
Oh yeah, that has to be him. Yep.
You should have seen him in the fucking 2010 Europa League, right? Or the 2012-2010 Europa League. He fucking he scores a goal. He takes off his shirt.
Yeah.
He's all dieseled and shit this motherfucker, yeah. It was funny because when they lost to Spain, you saw him in tears and shit,
he was sad.
Exactly.
And by the way, it just made David Luiz get on my nerves. I just want to punch that guy in the face.
I think it's the hair. You know what I mean? But no, David Luiz. I think he plays now for PSG. He now plays for PSG, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I think he plays for PSG. But in the World Cup, and I have nothing against homosexuality, but he took his shirt off, and then the other guy took his shirt off, and then they were just hugging, and it was just got extremely awkward. I'm like, okay, that's
What are we talking about? Are you talking about in the World Cup when the game is over? I mean, most players do that. For example, you got to remember, being that it's the World Cup, it's the national team that are playing. Most of these guys that are playing against each other, they're teammates when they go play for their club teams. For example, who can I compare here, if I can, for a bit here? This is who can I compare here?
Maybe Sergio Ramos.
Sergio Ramos if you were to play with against Messi or Argentina, right? After the game is over, most likely, yeah, you see Messi hug it out with Iniesta or with Xavi or with not with Ramos, but you kind of get the idea because they play in the same club.
Imagine Messi playing on the Spain team.
Oh my God!
That was supposed to happen, I think.
He'd be right now. He'd be right at home. He'd be right at home, pretty much, right? Because at one time, Spain's national team was pretty much Barcelona without Messi.
Yeah, like Messi, they were trying to convince him to play, but Messi likes Argentina.
Ladies and gentlemen of the viewers of the Teamheel podcast, just so you know, again, we don't always talk about wrestling. We talk about boxing, soccer, some baseball for a little bit, just to show you guys this podcast has been a random podcast with different topics outside of professional wrestling.
Yep.
And, I would like to end whenever we get done talking about this topic, whatever. I'd like to ask you guys, well, I guess I go ahead and ask you guys now. How would you guys, if you guys were the bookers, how would you guys book WrestleMania, like from top to bottom?
From top to bottom? Oh, I already got my WrestleMania card. All right, so I have Cockfist taking on Brock Lesnar in the WWE Heavyweight Championship match. Brock Lesnar wins the match, and then afterwards, he kind of just like smiles at Roman. He's all like, haha, I just beat you. And then Roman gets the fuck up and Superman punches him, and everyone's like, oh my fucking God, Roman Reigns, what a badass. And then all of a sudden we hear, and then Seth Rollins cashes in. Then I would have Seth Rollins take on Daniel Bryan in a match, and then Seth Rollins would win that match, thus
give
making
it
Seth Rollins...
Give it a 2-minute match, 2-minute spot fest.
Seth Rollins versus Daniel Bryan. For the Divas title match, my whole idea was going to be where Paige was a heel, and like pretty much like she was ruling the Divas division. No one could stop her, but then here comes Naomi with the rear view to stop Paige. Then afterwards, I have... Let's see. What other? Oh, yeah, I have John Cena taking on Dean Ambrose. I had Triple H taking on Dean Ambrose. I had John Cena taking on someone else, but I forgot who at the time. I would have Sting, Undertaker as my main event, and then I would have... What else would I have? I would have more. Probably Cena Ziggler if I were to choose a match for Cena, just because it'd be like, oh, Ziggler, he's mad at Cena. And, it could be like mad babyface Ziggler taking on Cena. Bo Dallas's undefeated streak would have never ended, and it would have ended at WrestleMania because Goldberg came back to a huge pop, just do a spear and a jackhammer onto Bo Dallas. Team 3D will take on Goddamn Ascension for no damn reason for the tag straps, because Team 3D is awesome. And let's see. Trying to think of other matches I would add to this card. There's one match I'm missing that's really bugging me. I would have Bray Wyatt probably face off against someone. I don't know who.
The Undertaker.
No, I have Undertaker Sting. Fuck Bray Wyatt Undertaker. That match is useless.
Bray Wyatt versus
Oh yeah, Ryback and Rusev is a must for me. So to put the big guy over. Maybe I'll just do a Wyatt triple threat match. How about that? So that's a WrestleMania off the top of my head that I can think of.
I guess here's mine now, and again, I don't know how people will take this.
Oh, Randy Orton versus The Rock. Randy Orton versus The Rock. Why not?
Okay, this is my WrestleMania card. I'd have main event: Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns. Right? Have Brock go over here. I'd have John Cena versus Kevin Owens. Right, regardless of the result, whoever wins, right?
Yeah, Cena wants to go for the NXT title now. He's sick and tired of that US title already. He wants to make that NXT belt spin.
I'd have Daniel Bryan versus Hideo Itami or Kenta, right? I'd have Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins. I would have Rusev versus Ryback, obviously. Have the big guy go over. I would have Triple H versus Dean Ambrose. I would have Undertaker versus Sting. I would have Dolph Ziggler win the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. And I have the Ascension versus the Uso for the tag titles. And I'd have Paige versus Naomi. Or you can even have Paige versus Emma. And have them do something similar to their NXT match from like the first takeover pretty much. And that's me, of course. Not legit. What about you?
WrestleMania. I got one. Let's see. How many matches? I think I'll have like 8, 10. Main event. I'm just gonna put Roman and Brock Lesnar. I can't think of one. That's WWE's main event. You gotta have it as your main event. Cena. Who's he gonna feud with? Not with Rusev. Probably feud. Not Kevin Owens. Who can feud with? Have him go against. I was gonna say have him go against Bray Wyatt again. Have him go against Bray.
This is my legacy. Hey.
Tag team. The Ascension versus the Usos versus I guess Team 3D or some veteran tag team. The Dudley Boys.
Team 3D Dudley Boys. It's the same fucking shit.
I'm so used to Team A.
Watch out!
Yeah, Triple Threat. If they can make it a TLC, that'd be awesome, but I doubt they would. So, what else? Divas match. You gotta have one, right? Paige. Nikki, Paige, Nikki, Brie, and returning AJ, Fatal 4-Way. I don't fucking know.
Exactly.
What else? That's 4, right? Randy Orton versus. What can Orton have? I mean, they want Rollins. We've already seen Bryan too many times, so I don't want that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot to book the farm animal. We all did. Steven didn't even book the farm animal.
I did.
Oh yeah, I did. I put farm animal versus Rollins. Never mind.
I put Bryan versus Kenta. Or Hideo Itami.
Daniel Bryan versus Finn Balor or some shit like that. Orton versus Kevin Owens. And Orton's gonna lose, obviously. That's it, I think, right? Oh, I'm missing Taker, right? Taker and Sting. Yeah, you gotta have that match. Not Taker and what's his name? Bray Wyatt, Sting, Triple H. No, gotta have Sting and Taker.
Exactly. Well, there you go.
So what do you think of our WrestleMania cards?
Oh, I forgot about the mid-card title. No, never mind.
Who cares about those?
Fuck about the mid-card.
They were all pretty good.
Let me ask you a question. What would be your WrestleMania card if you're booking it?
That's easy for me. In my main event, I would have Sheamus versus Brock Lesnar versus Daniel Bryan versus Roman Reigns in a fatal 4-way Hell in a Cell match for the World Heavyweight Championship.
Okay.
And in the pre-show, I would have the NXT Championship open between I would say between Finn Balor and Kevin Owens, the NXT Championship. Just make it a normal match, and the opening match to WrestleMania. I'm gonna have. Yeah, it's hard. I would probably like to open it up with the tag titles, and that's the Lucha Dragons against Tyson Kidd and Cesaro.
Okay.
Swinging Cats.
The second match.
Swinging Cats.
And then the second match, I'm having Paige versus Nikki Bella in a normal match. Without the Divas title, and the loser must strip.
Oh God! Why would you want? Okay. Why would you want to see Paige naked? That's weird.
I mean, I would want to see.
Have you seen a pale chick naked before?
Hell yeah! Back in my day.
I've seen them naked too. They all floppy and shit.
Hey, it is what it is. But it's Paige. It's an exception. It's an exception, Paige.
It's no exception. Okay, I'll say this. I'll say this. I think Paige is really good in the ring. She's one of my favorite women wrestlers, but I don't understand the look scene. I mean, if anyone I want to see naked, it's Sasha Banks.
Of course you do. Of course you want to see Sasha. The Boss, which by the way, she successfully defeated Blue Pants on NXT this past Wednesday.
Blue Pants, dude. That bitch is terrible.
Blue pants, blue pants.
Why is she over? That's the thing about wrestling. Like, you can take the most idiotic idea and get it over. It's stupid.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's possible.
Exactly.
Especially on NXT.
Yeah, bro, listen, man, we're about to wrap up the show, dude. We thank you for calling in. But before we let you go, do you want to promote your Twitter, your YouTube? The floor is yours, brother. Take it away.
I really have nothing to promote. Yeah, you got a new subscriber right here, and hope you guys have a good day.
No problem, brother. Keep it coming, bro. Keep calling in next time, right? Thank you.
All right.
Yeah, make sure you gotta go check out Weston. Thank you for calling in. But before we wrap this up, we gotta recap Impact real quick.
What?
Yeah, we didn't recap it. Impact Wrestling.
Okay, what is there? The Drew Galloway debut. There you go.
Well, we had Matt Hardy and the Wolves versus Revolution. It was an okay match. They kicked off the show. You had Matt Hardy and the Wolves win at the end. The Revolution attacked Matt Hardy and the Wolves, which is okay.
We are Bruce Spritzing this episode.
EC3 and Tyrus come out of the ring after to pretty much say that they're upset what happened last week. They're trying to, get the revenge on Spud and Andrews, but Kennedy fucked things up. So out comes Kennedy. He comes out with with the razor blades, to shave people's head, whatever. And he walks up. Tyrus pretty much stops him and shit. You have Andrews and Spud, literally in the ring behind EC3, and they attack EC3, and Tyrus gets attacked by them as well, and they tie him up. They grab duct tape, right? They hang him. They tape him up to the bottom rope, and they end up shaving Tyrus's head.
Oh.
So Tyrus no longer has that mohawk. It's mohawk, whatever it was.
That's sad.
Al Snow versus Grado. It was a short match. Grado got the win. I marked out for that. I liked how, Snow. One thing about Al Snow, for an old guy, the guy's still in shape.
Why do people like this guy?
He's over. Remember, they're in Glasgow right now, at the Hydro Arena, where he's over his shit.
Hey, dude, Steven.
Yeah.
Do you think Drew Galloway is afraid of Terrence Terrell?
I don't know, dude. We have to find out about that soon enough. Which is funny because after this, right, the BDC comes out, they attack Snow, they attack Grado, and out comes Drew Galloway in the hood, and he attacks everyone with the lead pipe. It's funny because later on Instagram, Loki posted a picture, which, by the way, Loki let his hair grow. He looks like one of those guys that work at the Chicken Shack. That's literally what he looks like now. And I'm not trying to be offensive and shit, but he does. All right.
Hey, don't worry. Loki's one of the biggest douches in wrestling, so you can be as offensive as you want.
He has a fucking gash in the back of his head, from the lead pipe attack from Galloway. But that's that. So Galloway's now in TNA, which we all kind of knew, right? We all kind of knew.
Well, they kind of spoiled it too for us.
Angelina Love versus Taryn Terrell for the Knockouts title. This was a short little match. They didn't go that long.
And then afterwards, backstage, Taryn Terrell pulled out a knife on Drew Galloway and was chasing him down.
No. Taryn Terrell got the win. And out of nowhere, Kong comes out. Right? They turn the lights off. Boom, boom, and Kong's in the ring. There's a stare down between Taryn Terrell and Kong. Terrence tried to get some offensive moves here, but to no avail because Kong hits her up with that the implant buster. Am I calling it right? There you go. Out comes Gail Kim. The crowd goes crazy. You think about it, Gail Kim, Awesome Kong back in the day, and your champion is down on the ground on the canvas pretty much while this is happening. So pretty much somewhere down the road, you're gonna have Awesome Kong and Gail Kim for the championship.
Can't wait.
Bound for glory on free PV.
Yep.
Yeah. Tommy Dreamer versus Eric Young in a no-holds-bar match, hardcore rules, if you will. Tommy Dreamer bled. It wouldn't be a Tommy Dreamer match in a hardcore match without blood, right? And obviously, Eric Young got the win here. All right. Mickey James comes out and calls out Bram because obviously, Bram attacked Magnus with the cue ball a couple weeks ago.
Country.
Yeah, hardcore. I know our good friend David Rivera, Fort Minor Project, marked out for seeing Gail Kim in TNA. Being
Mickey James.
He's a big fan of Mickey James, which is cool.
You said Gail Kim.
I'm sorry. I apologize. I botch. Holy crap. It's the beauty of life. You can fuck up and you realize you fuck up. God damn it. So, that was that. All right. Gail Kim slaps Bram. Mickey James slaps Bram. There you go. Bram, you know, he gets all crazy, whatever. The referee comes in. They try to block it out, but there you go. Then we had the main event. The 20-man gauntlet, the winner getting the shot at the world title against Bobby Lashley. It wasn't okay. You know, their version of the Royal Rumble, I guess, pretty much. And it was a moment where it was the whole BDC against Kurt Angle. And Kurt Angle was pulling the impossible. He eliminated Samoa Joe. He eliminated Kenny King. He eliminated Low-Key.
Only Kurt Angle could do that. No one else.
Yeah, exactly. But then at the end, it was down to Kurt Angle. It was down to Kurt Angle and MVP, and MVP got the win. So next week, we're going to be MVP versus Bobby Lashley for the world title. That's Impact. This wraps up the podcast. We thank you all for tuning in this week. We thank all of you guys for calling in. It was great. I enjoyed it. I know you guys did as well.
Yeah, Mohammed from New York, you better call in next week. Otherwise, I'm going to hunt you down. We will call you back.
No number calling in, but brother, sorry, we're not taking calls anymore. So sorry, brother. No unknown phone numbers calling in right now. Fuck it, we'll take this call. Fuck it.
You just said no callers, and you're like, oh,
fuck it.
Unknown caller, what's your name and where you're from? I knew that was going to happen.
Whatever.
What a geek. Anywho, yeah, you know what? This wraps up this podcast. We thank you for tuning in this week. You go live once again next week. This will be once again available on iTunes, Stitcher, for downloadable purposes, also on ShoutEngine.com. So there's no excuse, guys, whether you're viewing us live, whether you're viewing the live stream or the playback, you can download this podcast, have it on your mobile devices, your tablets, your laptops. Tell your friends about us. We want you guys to do the following things, the 4 following things, all right? Like, share, comment, subscribe. That's it. That's all we ask from you guys. And spread the word as well. Spread the word about this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it be wrestling talk, combat sports talk, shit in general. Hell, even fucking baseball and soccer we talked about, right?
Yeah.
You know? The beauty about today, we got some subs today. We started the show, we were at 138. Now we're at 144. So it's not bad. But it's nice. That's nice. I'm happy. I know we're happy all as well as, you know, again, you can follow this podcast channel on Twitter at Teamheel Podcast. You can check out our Facebook page, facebook.com/GutCheckPodcast. You can follow me on Twitter at HeelSteven. You can check out my YouTube channel, youtube.com/TeamHeelPodcast. And yeah, just so you guys know, this Sunday we'll be giving our WWE Fastlane review on my channel. 30 minutes after the show, we'll take live calls like we did today for your entertainment purposes, and check it out. You don't want to miss it, guys. But yeah, guys, 1 second here. That's just me, though, guys. Thank you all for tuning in. I'm HeelSteven. Kick, cuss.
Yep, I'm Not Legit Wrestling. You can follow me on Twitter at HeyI'mWalter and subscribe to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/NotLegitWrestling.
You can follow me on YouTube at Chase Well, you can follow me on YouTube by searching Chase Oliver or Chase Oliver 68 in the YouTube search bar. I do wrestling videos and all that other good stuff. You can follow me on Twitter at Chase Oliver 68, and make sure you guys subscribe to the Team Heel podcast. And I'll be at Steven's review. So if you guys are looking for the greatest cock fist celebration of your life, and hopefully a Randy Orton celebration, tune in.
Hey, Muhammad, if you're listening, we hope you call him that day as well.
Yeah. Muhammad, you have to be a staple or something. We need you every week. And to all the other callers, I mean, you guys were great too, but you cannot deny you weren't laughing your ass off like Muhammad.
This kid stole the show.
He stole the show. Buffet. Boo boo ugly. Like, oh god, that was hilarious. But yeah, but all you other callers, keep calling in. You know, promote your movie like Downfall. Talk along with us like Aisha did. You know, keep calling in. We love it.
You know what? Let's read some comments before we go. Read some comments. Aisha writes here, I wanted Colombia in the final against Germany. James Rodriguez is my favorite player. And now Ronaldo's better and carries Real Madrid a lot of championships, wins, and leagues. Well, then Messi has more Ballon d'Oros than Ronaldo, though. So there you go. You also write in, it would be interesting if Ronda Rousey and Mayweather got added in a bout. They both are legit competitors. And are the title, and the title they defend is their streaks, and consider it to be a Greek tragedy for which one loses. Phantom Lion X writes here, let's talk about John Cena feuding with Rusev and Bray Wyatt versus Taker at WrestleMania 31. There is Prodigy 616, Mayweather, just we read that earlier. Alucard writes here, Randy Orton is good, but in terms of an in-ring ability, he's not on Kenta's level. Orton has made more money, granted. That's because WWE is the number one promotion in America, and Orton was force-fed into the number 2 spot. Also, at WWE being obviously biased towards Asians and blacks. Kenta has world title potential, and if Kenta or Orton much happens, Orton will get exposed for being the lackluster talent. We have another caller. Should we call? I'll pick up this call. After this, we're done. All right.
See if they keep saying this. See if they keep saying this. This is gonna be a long one.
443. What's up? What's your name and where you're from?
Yo, this is Keith from Baltimore.
What up, Keith?
What's up, man? How's everything?
Just chilling here, but we're actually about to wrap up the show when you called in, but it's okay. It's all good.
Oh, my bad, man.
It's all good, but no, it's all good, brother. It's all good. It's all good, man.
All right.
So what's up, bro?
Not much. Just hanging out on the Friday, you know.
I feel you, man. I feel you.
Yeah, nothing really. How's everything with y'all?
Just chilling, man. Just finished doing the show. We're literally just Bruce Blitzed this, but hey, man, it is what it is. Man.
We Bruce Blitzed it, you know. You know who Bruce Blitz is, right?
We had Sean's view comment in, and thanks Sean for commenting in. We appreciate it. I guess
that's cool. That's real cool.
But yeah, bro. I mean, are you ready for Fastlane? Are you ready?
I'm ready, but I'm not going to expect what I'm expecting with it, though.
I feel you. What do you think gonna win, bro? Bryan or Cockfist?
I'm gonna go with Reigns. We all know that Bryan is gonna get in it no matter what. Probably gonna be added into it, but probably won't win. Have Seth Rollins cash in or whatever.
Could be. It could be. But you never know. Just never know. Just never know.
Never know what this
the only thing
WWE.
The only thing interesting on the card is the Sting and Triple H confrontation. Probably be good.
Come on, man. You're not interested in John Cena becoming a U.S. champion again?
I hope, if this does happen, he probably might win by DQ, who knows? But, if he does, win the U.S. title, I hope they go back with the spinner, I guess.
Why does okay? Everyone hated on that belt, and now everyone wants it back, dude. Y'all need to make up your mind.
I was one of the few people that liked the spinner belt. I mean, it was cool. It was.
I like the spinner belt. Minus it looked like it was cool. That was the best spinner belt in my opinion. But even then, it was just
yes, it was.
But just even then, it's why is all of a sudden everyone's all obsession like they hated the spinner belt, but now they're like, oh, we want a spinner belt again.
I think it's just the Cena folks that are doing that.
No, it's even the un-Cena folks. People who hated John Cena when he became the 15-time champion. Now they want to become the U.S. champion and bring back that belt that spins.
Exactly. I think, really, this feud between Rusev and Cena was interesting, but, I just hate this whole old man, gimmick, because he's not even old. He's, 30, That's not even old. It's kind of stupid to me. They could have did something better with it, I guess. That's just me.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
Yeah. Indeed.
And isn't Rusev 32, 30 as well? So
yeah,
he's not really that old.
That is true. But yeah, brother, check this out, bro. We're about to wrap up the show, dude. We don't, we're not trying to be rude here and shit, but
I know, bro. I know I'm gonna dip out as well.
All right, but before we let you go, though, do you want to promote your Twitter or your YouTube? Let the people know, bro.
Just follow me at the Keith Life Brand TV on Twitter. That's mainly it.
All right, man, for sure, bro. Thanks for calling in, bro.
Thanks, man.
Make sure you guys go check him out, the Keith White brand. Okay, now we're done with the show. We thank you all for tuning in. All right. I already explained all my the social media at Teamheel Podcast, at Heel Steven, youtube.com/HeelSteven. We're going live this Sunday. Fastlane recap, 30 minutes after the show on my channel. We'll take live calls. We want you all to do the following. Comment, like, subscribe, and share this podcast. Let the people know we go live every Friday, 11:30 p.m. All right? It's 2:01 right now. It's Saturday officially. All right? I got to knock out. I got to talk to my girl and play some more PS4. Yes, I have a PS4 now. It's fucking addicting, but oh well, right? So, yeah, that's me, guys. Guys, you want to promote your shit before we go? Promote your stuff?
Pretty much it, right? Yeah, Walter. Knowledge Roast on YouTube.
All right.
Chase Oliver on YouTube and at Chase Oliver 68 on Twitter. And if you guys want, I'll do this just this once. Instagram, Chase_C_Oliver.
Instagram at Heel Steven.
Yeah, I guess.
PSN name, Heel Steven. PlayStation names at PSN names Heel Steven. All right. But yeah, this wraps up the show. To quote our good friend, the PW Outsider, when you're down in the dump, when life has you down, you have nowhere to go. Remember, masturbation is key. It's all in the wrist. Ladies, all in the fingertips. All right, guys, we're out.
Unless you're Seth Rollins.
Unless you're Seth Rollins, of course, yeah. All right, guys, we're out like Janet's titties. Peace easy. Tip your waitresses. And don't forget, blanch your vegetables before you cook them. We're out, guys. See y'all next week for episode 82 of the Teamheel Podcast.
Hey.